Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Del Boy here from WRESTHINGS, the Kenya Omega podcast. You know what time it is. If you've ever seen our podcast, you know we do some epic intros. You've got intros from myself, VRSY, Laps, Sam Blacks, NK. You already know what time it is. So we've linked up with the lovely people at Purpose Wrestling to give you guys an amazing competition. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets, not 1. 2 tickets to the next event next week, Friday, August 13th. And the rules are, you have to be following us on Twitter, following them on Twitter, and you have to either send us a voice note or send us a video of you doing an epic intro. I don't know. I don't think you can beat me. I don't think you can beat the Mandem, but it's worth a try. Make sure you guys send that in. We're going to be picking the winners on our next episode. And, you know, live wrestling's back. Let's enjoy these events. You guys don't want to miss this competition. Big you guys up. See you guys next week. Bye. Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenya Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Rolling.
Been rolling, bro.
Oh, shit.
You know the vibes.
Has
On the program, bro.
Here for the vibes.
Has anyone been watching the Olympics recently?
I'm not gonna lie, this is the first Olympics where I've not paid attention to anything
No,
whatsoever.
because
I've not seen nothing.
I watched a bit still. I saw the Nigerian, I think it was semi-finals or qualifications relay. Is it unisex relay?
Okay.
Intergender. What's it?
There's a unisex relay?
Yeah, so men and women
Really?
can actually
I
run
see
in
that.
it, yeah.
Okay.
And it was peak. Nigeria messed up. So
Messed
basically
up.
they had the first runners were women and they were running. Then the next one was men. But the first one was women, then women again. But what Nigeria did, they put a man in the women's one next. So he's gapped the woman like to the point where like they can't get him in it.
Yeah.
So on the final run, yeah,
They put a woman in it.
they put a woman there against men.
Men.
Fam, she got left. Nigeria was first.
Oh my God.
She got left to the point where like she couldn't, bro. It was done. Like when they've now completed the race, she's jogging.
So what did they do? Women, men, women.
So they've done women, then men.
So it's 4 people.
Actually, wait, 4 people. So
So it'll be
they've done women, men, then woman again. So that's where,
Oh, is it 3 people?
yeah.
Or 4? Oh, 3.
I think it's 4, isn't it?
So
Really?
in
4.
one
There's
relay,
usually
they
4.
put a man to run in the women's race.
Yeah,
They put a
yeah.
woman to run in the men's race.
Yeah. But the woman, basically, the final stretch was the woman running against men. But the one before that was the men, but they messed up big time.
I mean, it's a good game plan, but then when you
Yeah,
actually
I feel if they were smart, yeah.
I want to see this.
If they were smart, yeah.
On paper, it looks good.
It looks good, it did.
How would you have patterned it though? And I got another question to ask you guys as well. How would you have patterned it?
I just would have gone
Men, women. Basically, gone with how it's meant to go.
Yeah, how it's meant to go, yeah. If you lose, you lose, innit? You know what I'm saying?
But wouldn't you want to do something where it's like cool? If you know that you can catch up to the person, have the woman have a man against a woman, but when you get to the final thing, you have the man against the man. Do you get what I mean?
I hear you.
Yeah.
So you're trying like you.
I mean, it depends.
You're playing
If-
catch up.
if there's 3 or if it's 4, then I probably would have done, because if it's meant to be woman, man, then I probably would have done woman, man. I would have probably I
done the
don't
same
know.
thing, yeah, it's
I don't
hard.
know.
I don't even know how.
It's hard
yeah.
because
So as Nigeria, the only team that done this game plan.
From what I saw,
Crooks.
I'm not saying, but I'll tell you what, Nigerians, they're
Nigeria.
doing well though. Like I think one of the guys from Ghana.
I'm Nigerian.
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Nigeria.
Cool.
One Nigerian guy made it to the finals of the 100 meters.
Jeez.
Like, fam, what's the guy? The guy from Italy.
The one I have a black man's blood in me.
Nah, he got disqualified.
I swear.
Oh, bro.
What did he start?
I said I've been watching Livers because I've been watching it. Bears.
Well, full start.
It doesn't make sense. So basically, there's 2 people in that race that done a full start, yeah. But he's the only one that got disqualified. And got sent
Usually
away.
you're meant to get a warning for a full start.
Not anymore. It's once you get the full start, you're out. It's a new rule.
Fucking
So he was upset. Like
I could imagine.
he was nearly in tears, fam.
I could imagine. Really?
Yeah, he had to walk back.
Because
into the
he
thing.
was doing numbers when he was
back in America. Yeah.
America.
They even call him the American Nigerian now, fam.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. The question I wanted to ask you guys, yeah. Say if Olympics was a thing where it's like you know, like army service where you get given a letter to your house and they're like, oh, cool,
You have to enroll.
you have to do it. What is one sport on there which you wouldn't do?
Gymnastics.
I used to do gymnastics.
Swear.
I wouldn't mind doing gymnastics.
When I was a kid.
What are you gonna do?
I said what I wouldn't do.
No, but you wouldn't mind doing gymnastics. But what are you gonna do if they call you to do gymnastics?
I'll do it.
No, but what? So
I'll
what?
try and represent England in what's it called, the freestyle one. You know the one you freestyle.
Yeah.
You want to do the backflip and that, and also the one where you what's the on the vault?
Can you do a backflip?
The
I'll have to learn. Bro, let me tell you something. Yeah, if you got given a letter to say, yo, you have to prepare for the Olympics, you've been chosen. Are you gonna be chilling out? Are you gonna be chilling out yard?
I boxed for years, so I'd do boxing.
Yeah.
I'd box.
Would you do deep dive? What's the one you done from the flipping?
Man can't swim too good, you know.
I'm finished if I do that. I'll be the first Olympian to die from his own sport.
I can swim.
Black guy dies.
I can swim, but I've got like. It's weird. I think I'm only clocking it now. I think I've got a fear of like falling.
Yeah, but it's,
that's
do you know what it
high,
is?
Yeah, and it's
You
high.
don't realise how high
Like
it
I'm not. I don't have
is.
fear of heights, but I can't see myself going all the way down and diving. That doesn't make sense.
You man ever heard of Rick's Cafe in Jamaica?
It sounds familiar.
Like where that man jump off.
Oh, yeah, from the
Oh, yeah,
Like, man
yeah.
was there, yeah. And like you don't. I see it on YouTube. You do not appreciate how high that is, yeah. And these men are going around with a hat. You put in coins and hat. And they go up there and they're jumping. I'm like, you're doing this for like 4 months.
Fam.
Bruv, it is so high, bruv. And it's like, there's the bottom tier, the middle tier, and the high tier. These men are jumping off the high tier. I swear to you, I couldn't even do the bottom tier, which is probably like 10 foot. Like,
Myth.
I'm not that guy. Like,
Diving. Probably diving, gymnastics.
You do them.
No, I wouldn't do those. Yeah.
I'll do
basketball easily. I'll
Basketball,
do
yeah,
that,
you'll smash that still.
Me, I mean,
But it's one. Say okay, there's one thing you have to like. For example, say you have to choice to pick one. What are you picking?
As in a sport, you have to do.
Yeah, you pick
100 meters.
Basketball.
100 meters.
when there's football there.
Yes, I don't play
that's the
football.
run for my ear.
Mandem, I can't lie. When it comes to Olympics, it's best to do group activities because I'm not. Fam, if it's a one person thing, yeah, you're gonna get the blame. But if it's come on, man, it's
Yeah. I can
Basketball or
handle
badminton?
badminton, yeah.
Badminton too, yeah.
Yeah.
I do boxing. Like I was pretty good at boxing. My issue with boxing was that I used to hate getting punched in the face.
Oh, myth, man.
Isn't that always my problem? I was quick and I could actually box pretty well, but I couldn't take a punch that well. I could take a punch. The issue I had was
It's the fact you're actually getting punched.
it. Hold on. I don't know why I'm saying 100 meters. I'll do Olympic weightlifting.
Oh, yeah, sick, yeah.
Do that. Come first.
first, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's when I thought, yeah.
100%.
Even what's it?
I mean, if there's Olympic bicep,
Greco
I don't
wrestling
mind
as
doing
well.
that one. I can do that. Olympic bicep curling, I can do that. I could do
I did
that
Greco curling as well.
I used to.
I did. There's meant to be breakdancing this year, innit?
That's a great.
for the next
Britain
Olympics.
won a medal in skateboard.
Today, right?
was
Today,
it?
yeah. I think today.
There's
Yeah.
a rock. I think rock climbing's a part of it as well, son.
Where?
In the Olympics.
You might as well start doing Olympic podcasting and just
Trust
let
me,
people
yeah.
chat shit.
Olympic pro wrestling.
Just you.
Best match.
Trust me.
Bro, do you know that I was slapped?
Yeah, that'd be live. Who would? I wonder. Like,
But they've got Olympic Greco. They got a Greco Olympian
I
wrestling.
I actually watched the wrestling every Olympics, but I haven't watched it this year because I haven't had the time. But
bro,
I've heard
Did you
it's
not
been
see that
mad.
maneuver?
I heard it's
Always.
been mad
Did you not
this
see that
year.
maneuver?
I've seen what's gone viral, but I always watch the wrestling.
Yeah.
It's been alright still.
Usually I'll watch it just to kind of see, okay, cool.
Who's coming up next,
So
yeah.
who'd be good to transition into actual
wrestling, yeah.
pro wrestling?
There's one Cuban wrestler. Yeah, watch it. I think he'll definitely go WWE or AEW because he basically, I think he beat like Qatar yesterday. Yeah, and the passion he gave like a Kurt Angle sort of like. You know that thing about Kurt Angle on the same thing, bro? I was like, yeah, this guy's got WWE, fam. You're gonna see this guy in the audience. You're gonna be like, gold medalist. He's gonna be like this. He might do some. What's the thing that boxers do when they get close up?
I used to watch Olympic wrestling to see who go over to MMA afterwards. I was always into.
There's been a few that's transitioned into.
Oh yeah, loads. Especially back in the day when Pride. You know what Pride?
Pride,
is?
Pride FC, yeah. They got bought out by UFC.
Yeah, years ago they got Pride because they had Yakuza links and stuff. But they used to have Olympic guys on Pride all the time. I got a Pride tattoo actually.
Oh shit!
I got a Pride tattoo. Pride favourite organisation like ever.
Pride is sick.
Some of the fights are fake, but I don't care.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of staged, not even staged fighting, but like rigged fighting. Yeah.
Lots of pro. Anytime you get pro wrestlers involved in a real fighting,
It turns
there's always some bullshit there.
Choreographed.
Yeah.
Always some bullshit.
Yeah, I liked a lot of like the Pride and the Pancrase and
Thank you, yeah.
I'm a big fan of Pancrase.
Pancrase is sick.
Big fan. I wanted to be a fighter back in the day, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I couldn't. No. But I wanted to.
Yeah.
I just. You know what it was? I was always, like Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson loses a fight, when he's in the process of losing a fight, it's kind of loses it.
Yeah.
I wasn't mentally strong enough to be a fighter whatsoever. Like whatsoever, I'd sulk, and then when you do that bullshit, you just get punched more. It's just like
It messes up your whole entire game.
It's just like it's just not good, man.
Yeah. Well, episode
79 of the WRESTHINGS podcast. I got to get my charger, but yeah, episode 79 of the Wrestling's podcast. What you gonna say?
To what? Episode 100.
I was gonna say 1K, but that's on YouTube.
What episode number is it?
79.
79.
Nuts, man.
Shout out to you, man.
Close to 100, you know.
Yep.
Reached there by like October or something. I don't know.
We're
I wanna
on the
try-
road to 1K
I want to
subscribers as
enter
well.
a new after 100. I want to try and enter a new thing where we try and stay in that same podcast studio for a whole 100. Because the early stages of this podcast, yeah, we were jumping from booth to booth.
Yeah. I feel like Pirate is
it
our
built
home.
us, innit?
Yeah, no, it did build us, and we've got loads of like different stories about each studio. But I think Pirate is our home.
So
You know what I'm saying?
Pirates of Thunderdome. It's not Thunderdome.
No, it's not Thunderdome anymore, man. This,
What are we calling this? Like, it can't be MSG. It can't be Tokyo Dome. We've already got them two.
How about Daly's Place?
Daly's Place, yeah.
Place, yeah.
Daly's Place, yeah.
After
It's been a
watching-
home, innit? So
After watching
yeah.
that Jacksonville thing, I don't know affiliation with Jacksonville. But
You're sick.
I'm playing.
sick.
But yeah, we call it Daily's Place, man.
Yeah.
Daily's Place.
I mean, who knows? We might get a deal one, you know.
Yeah, did you get me? Yeah,
Someone
exactly,
might
bro.
want to, you know. But,
Trust me,
but
the
till
Wrestling's
then-
Arena. Yeah.
Till then, you know, Daly's Place.
Intros.
When I say Guap, you say Daddy. Guap!
Daddy.
Guap!
Daddy.
It's a strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back rubbing, Chris Jericho loving, son of a gun. It's your boy Delbert, aka Swoldy Lee, aka Pro Guap Tees, aka Cargill Maniac, aka the Black Velvet to your Red Velvet, aka the Nostalgia Please, aka All Fitted No Cap, aka Bruce. See, that's my killing, my Bruce. It's your boy Delbert, you know the vibes.
Hey, we've got a very special guest in the building. Obviously, I was a special guest as well. I'm gonna get to El's the, you know what I mean? El's the fam, the bro. But this guy's my younger bro, Mini Guap. It's your time, shine. None of the mic is here, bro.
What you got?
Let me give you both mics. Bun it. Give him both mics.
Right now, you're listening to Mini Guap, aka Mr. Belair. Shout out to Bianca Belair, aka Mama made my head of the table, aka the luckiest in town, aka I'm gonna give you some new vibes in the podcast today, and I can't wait for it.
No, add one more AKA the best controller.
aka
Game consoles ever. You can never beat this guy. Really? Bro, this guy is something else, and I'm vouching for that, fam. I want to manage him, yeah?
Hey, give him the head of the table now. This is where you're meant to be.
You're the head of the table.
Put that water in front of that boy. Slide it though.
But yeah, go on.
Yo, people, it's your boy Laps, the main event liver, and champagne sipper.
You know the
We're
vibes.
back again for that wrestle talk, that smack talk, that Kenny Omega talk, that get WRESTHINGS to 1K talk, you
Yes,
know?
yes.
Shout out to the Mandem, shout out to Blacks, shout out to NK, shout out to VRSY.
Yes.
Soon touch home.
Come on.
Now you can big up your Mandem, innit?
We'll talk about that after.
We'll talk about after. Yeah,
We'll talk about that after.
Yeah, go on. I'll give it to
I'm
you.
gonna
man.
go, but I feel I should have prepared something because now he's
You know, you're on the same boat as me, fam. I'll never have a problem.
next time I come up, I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna do something real good. But look, I'm back. They had me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's only right, man.
Look, I like dogs. I don't know what else to say. I got a couple Stafford Bull Terriers to the house, and like, yeah, we're good. But yeah, I'm back. It's Earl, and thanks for having me back, people.
It's only right, man. Come on, man.
It's alright, man.
You expected me to do my intro, right?
What the hell?
I'm in. Yeah, it's the Fullish Professional, aka Nafi, formerly known as the VHS Pappy.
Pappy.
You now listen to the Wrestling's podcast 79. Let's go. Mandem. Budget cuts. Soon they'll be cutting out the audience, out the crowd. Good. What we saying about WWE, man? Like, honestly, I think what makes things worse for me is the fact that, prior to this whole Bray Wyatt budget cut, there was a phone call, like a PowerPoint presentation with Vince talking over and Tony Khan speaking about
Tony Khan?
Yeah, not Tony Khan, Nick Khan. So Nick Khan speaking about yeah, they don't see AEW as competition, but do you want to give them more? Should we give them more? We can give them more. I think the more that they were talking about is talent. And the day after that, or a couple of days after that, Bray Wyatt gets released.
It was the next day.
Next day, Bray Wyatt gets released. So I don't know what's happening in the head. And apparently Adam Cole's going as well. I don't know what's happening in WWE.
We can get into that. It's a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, Adam Cole's one's a bit different. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the Fiend first. Personally, guys, are you angry? Tell me. Are you guys angry that the Fiend left?
I'm not surprised. I'm just annoyed because it's another example of WWE letting go of talent that they really could have done something with to change their product. Like, the Fiend could have been this generation's Undertaker, but
100.
they've let him go. And he's reinvented himself how many times? And each gimmick he's done has been perfect. but it's just the way he's been booked. So again, I'm not surprised that, you know, he's gone, but I'm just annoyed because it's WWE doing what WWE does again. How many talent have they let go of this year alone? Like, count.
Oh, bro, have you man see that picture?
Yes.
Fam, they let go a whole roster. A whole roster, including referees even let go as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm very surprised. I don't know about you lot. I'm very surprised.
Why?
I wasn't surprised.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what it is? When I look at Bray Wyatt, not even just as like the character, just him as a person, I've always seen him as kind of like a WWE lifer. I don't know if you guys get that vibe from him.
Yeah.
As someone that's gonna be in the company, like he's someone that you could see that company wanted to potentially be someone that they build around, in it. So when he's now gone, it's kind of like. But now, okay, Joyce, looking back, now seeing the likes of like Braun Strowman go, who's someone who was already at the top.
He was a lifer. That's the one I said.
He's another person who I saw as a lifer. People like Matt Cardona, who I saw as a WWE lifer.
Yeah.
It's now, I'm at this point now where it's like, yeah, I'm not shocked anymore because at this point, I don't really, not that I don't think they care about their talent, but they don't care about their talent. They don't care. And you brought up a point about him reinventing himself. I feel like it's been years and years of mismanagement of the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. They've not really let this guy be. I don't know. Do you mean at this point, because I know we discussed it early on during the podcast, I don't know what could have been done to save this guy's career. I can't lie to you.
Bro,
I feel like maybe him leaving WWE will be
a better thing.
Is the reinvention that he needs, but I don't know. It's like they've given him the brass ring, but it's not brass when they give it to him. It's corroded. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense how someone who's one of the top merch sellers in the company,
He sold
sold a lot of merch. He's a money maker in the company, but time and time again, there's so much mismanagement with him. It doesn't make sense. I'm not sure.
that's NK.
Yeah,
I go now.
yeah. I'm not really.
God!
Oh, this guy.
my God!
This guy, bro. Hey, we should have turn off the lights so the Undertaker figure this. Hey, this guy.
The champ is
This guy. Hey, VRSY, fam.
Who is this guy?
What?
Hey, take a seat, man. Take a seat.
That's who I am, brother.
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
Hey, it's been a while, fam. This guy, bro, Bristolian. He's been freed. Why
Wait, are you fresh home?
fully fresh home, yeah, for good?
Fresh home for good.
Oh my.
Weekly now. Shit, okay, let's do it then.
Fam, that was a spanner in the works.
Trust me, fam. Trust me, fam.
VRSY is all wrestling.
Oh, you might not be familiar with this. This is VRSY, yeah.
Nice to meet
VRSY, Earl. This guy's man full of knowledge, fam. This guy's got hella knowledge. Good guy.
They must be thinking, it's NK.
I was saying, I said, here's NK.
NK.
Fam, NK's going to sit on my lap, fam. I'll play it.
Hey, pause.
We're not pausing that here, man.
Pause.
Bro, I'm yeah. Hey, don't the baby me, man.
Yeah, let's try that.
What's
I'm
it?
dead.
Don't know want to say something.
Okay. My main problem with Bray Wyatt getting released is they transferred his character into Alexa Bliss.
100%.
No, but okay. Can I jump in?
Go.
Bro, my main problem with Bray Wyatt was when he lost against Goldberg, bro. That Goldberg loss completely, like, it took the veil off my eyes. I'm like, bro, I don't believe in this guy no more. Do you remember I told you guys?
Was it that bad? Like,
It was bad, bro. It was bad.
It was bad.
And the fact that we celebrated,
like
do you
3
remember,
minutes
we
as well.
watched the match together.
yeah.
We watched the match when he beat Seth.
Yeah,
we were
in
gassed for
Saudi
him.
Arabia.
But I think my problem with this is that I think WWE didn't know what to take him when he had the championship. I feel like he could have had it for longer, but he could have lost against someone a bit more, like a casual or something that had like a bit more of a build. Like Goldberg just appeared and beat a supernatural figure.
They had to drop the belt to Goldberg so he could drop the belt to Reigns at WrestleMania. That was always the main event, so they had to move the belt from Wyatt to
we
Goldberg.
didn't even get that WrestleMania match, did we?
No, because Reigns,
yeah.
we went home.
Yeah.
So who did he end up dropping it to?
Braun Strowman.
And where's he now?
Gone.
Where's both of them?
Gone.
I've got a different perspective on this because I don't watch WWE that much, and I look at Bray Wyatt as I get people DMing me, like people that don't watch wrestling, and they DM me these things that Bray Wyatt would do on television. They'd be like, "How could you watch this shit? This is embarrassing." I look at Bray Wyatt and the stuff that he did. I look at it as a joke. That stuff like that only happens in WWE. That's just guys disappearing and all that nonsense. You don't see that anywhere else except for WWE. And to me, that doesn't work anywhere else. So, when I see Bray Wyatt has been released, I look at it as like, all right, they create this character. You know what? Creative guy. I don't think he's that good in the ring, but he's a really good performer in terms.
He's a great speaker as well.
Yeah, he's really good,
He's
and the
very
stuff
captivating
he
on the mic.
delivers, whatever lines they give him, and he does it well. But I look at it and I'm like, okay, so they create this character. He's kind of unbeatable. They put the title on him, which they should never have done because once you got a title on that guy, can't beat him.
And then once he does lose,
It looks
there,
bad.
there's no real way for you to actually beat him, and the fans are going to be satisfied.
It's like Goldberg. When Goldberg lost years ago, what do you do with a guy after? That's another story anyway. But it's like you make this guy into this unstoppable monster, and then you beat him, and then they beat him a few times, and then
He loses his stock.
yeah. And back in the day, there was a wrestler called Bugsy McGraw, and not saying he was a similar
Knowledge.
character, but he
Knowledge.
was a long time ago.
Say it again. Bugsy McGraw.
And he was a guy that you could cycle in because you can't have these spooky kind of characters on TV every week. I reckon Bray Wyatt could have been a good addition to the WWE show in terms of if he was cycled in every few months and he did a feud, then he disappeared for a bit. When you got that guy on television doing this bullshit every week, I think it's too much, and I think they just ran out of ideas for him. You know, the budget cuts. I think he was a budget cut.
I wouldn't say that.
But I think, bro, I can't lie. A bit like I've been in so many companies where like I've been let go of, and their excuse is budget cuts.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, they didn't like me.
Okay.
They didn't like me,
Okay,
honestly.
but-
And I think the same thing. I think, and also another thing as well. They didn't know what to do with me, so they use budget
Yeah.
cuts as a
I've
thing
had
just to like mask man off.
So
you know what I mean?
So could that potentially be in a similar vein of Bray that they didn't actually know what to do with him?
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's like, let's be real. Even though I don't really watch WWE like that anymore, I do feel like Bray has kind of run his course. Yeah. I feel like right now, in terms of the Fiend, correct me if I'm wrong, the peak of the Fiend character was the feud of John Cena.
Oh, brilliant. That
I
was
think-
the highlight.
What was that? How
WrestleMania
many-
last
okay.
yeah. I think that's
saw it,
for
I
that
saw
Fiend
it.
character. I
And
think that's the peak.
Seth as well.
Nah, the
that
Seth
wasn't
thing.
feeling it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling
I
it.
think that match was
That cage match, that killed Seth.
no
Yeah,
cage,
then
not
it's-
cage.
but
I'm talking about the
that-
Dubai
That
match.
ruined him, and the fact that he even won in Saudi Arabia as opposed to like on American soil.
Yeah, because they nearly messed up. I think the thing with Bray, I think they put themselves in a place where it's like,
This guy's even introduced himself. Look at this guy. Man, I'm gonna be like, hey, whose voice is that?
You need to do an intro,
Whose
bro.
voice is that?
it's like, alright,
Do you remember it this time?
Yeah.
Because I know it's been a while.
Right, let's go.
I forgot it, bro.
Bill Singh.
It's been a minute.
Bill Singh.
Delboy, help me.
Home of the road side. It's your
boy,
mask. It's your mask.
It's your mask man, Lucha
There you
V.
go. Mass married man, Lucha V, aka VRSYJNES, coming from South London, the best part of London, home of the roadside G's. I'm here, I'm back, fresh out, living life.
Bristolian.
Bristolian.
Man's got the title,
Champ.
you know.
Oh, who's that jumping out the sky?
Hey, it's good to have you back, bro. Where you gone?
Be back, man. Yeah, I thought with Bray, what the problem they did with Bray is that, like you were saying, the minute that they beat him early, like they put themselves in a position where when they put him in a championship match, it's either he wins the title, or if he loses, then he loses the mystique. And I think that happened many times because the same with Goldberg. When he lost against Goldberg, he lost his mystique, and then he got it back during the John Cena match, which
Yeah,
was
he did,
sick.
yeah.
And then he wins the title again, and then a week later he loses it when Roman comes back. And it's like they gave the character to Alexa Bliss, and from then it's like they made themselves kind of go, oh, what are we gonna do? We've got the Fiend type character that's Alexa Bliss. Done it. Like they made themselves bored of the Bray project themselves.
They overexposed that guy.
Yeah.
They gave every week he was doing some nonsense on television with some babyface like and or whatever it was. And go on.
No, I was finished with
No, I was gonna say I want to speak about budget cuts, but you
I was gonna say, I think what WWE should have done, I said this again and again and again. Sam will probably agree with me on this. I think Sam has even agreed with me on this. I feel like they should have just ripped out bare pages from Undertaker's book and just gave it to Bray. Simple. That would have saved his
Like what,
character.
though?
The supernatural shit. I don't feel like they got the supernatural shit to a T. Like it was sometimes it was very jokey. Like I get, and even sometimes even like the whole Bray, like even people saying that Royal Rumble, Bray should have appeared as two characters. Should have come on as Bray Wyatt. Should have come as a Fiend. Stuff like that will keep. Do you know what I mean?
it's comedy.
It's comedy, but it works in a way. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like the serious Bray and the thing Bray, and Fiend should never lose a match. Bray can lose a match, but the Fiend himself should never ever lose a match. It should be Scotch matches.
Prince Devitt and
Yeah.
his, thing.
And
It should be squash matches for the Fiend. Fiend should just step into a match, even if it's against Roman Reigns, Goldberg. He should kill man. Done.
and he should have never feuded with Randy Orton because they've never had a good match.
Yeah,
Every
bro.
time they feud, it's just like
Dude, that WrestleMania
Randy always
With the snakes.
Oh, my God.
they never learned. Like they burn him. He comes back and he loses the return match.
Yeah.
Bro, Randy Orton has taken the WWE title from him. He's burnt his house down twice.
Burn
him
him.
up.
Bro,
Bun him up.
Like,
Made a kebab.
like they keep on killing their momentum. They
Didn't he kill
killed
Sister
all of his
Abigail?
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, kill yourself.
Yeah, bro, Randy Orton, he's got hella M charges, but yo, they kept on killing his momentum every time they put him with Randy Orton. So they didn't learn from the past. And then I would say when The Fiend was introduced and they gave him to Seth Rollins, that was when his momentum started to go down. And then
I
obviously
think it's the match that kind of
It was
that match
that
because
cell
how could you lose
DQ.
by DQ in a Hell in a Cell match? It doesn't
And
make
the second
sense.
time in a row that they did it after they did it when it was Roman and Braun when Brock Lesnar came in, hit them both and then the match just ended. It's like Hell in a Cell used to be a feud ender. It used to be a match where like after that you're done out.
Yeah.
And it's just a feud.
Now it's a Fiend pay-per-view, exactly.
Like I
feuding for 2 weeks. Let's have a cage match.
Exactly. Like I said to you, fam, like the Fiend should never lose a match. You see, Undertaker was heavily protected when he first came in. I don't think how long did it take for Undertaker to lose? I think it was almost a year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Undertaker
He
got
lost
pinned by Hulk Hogan. December '91. So it was
So a full year. Do you get what I mean? That's the Fiend should have gone on an undefeated streak.
Either.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember how
With the
long
chairs,
it was for him to
Ric
use.
Flair brought the chair in. No, it wasn't
he
that.
threw the
No, he
ashes.
threw the Ashley in his face.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
yeah.
don't remember how long
Undertaker
it
won by the
was.
Undertaker won by the chair. Sorry, yeah. Fam, the Fiend should have never lost a match. Never, ever lost a match ever. Bray Wyatt should have lost a match, whatever. But like, they should have just taken bare page from his book. Inferno match should have been his new thing. Wanna fight me? Wanna fight the Fiend? Fight him in the Inferno match. But Bray Wyatt, we can fight Bray Wyatt. Even sometimes he can even come as a different attire. What else not? They even should even bring back his old character as well. Because even when they done the John Cena thing, when we saw the old Bray, that was exciting to see. I was like, "Raw, wait, is he coming back?" But it was obviously it's part of the thing, innit? Like they should just keep on just flashing it back and just making it. Make this guy like a flipping beast, like the way they make Roman a beast. Roman can literally beat up anyone.
Yeah.
If Roman was to be standing in the ring with Andre the Giant right now, he would defeat Andre the Giant in 1 minute. Big man thing with a spear. Done. That's how they've sold. That's how they sold Roman to us. No one can defeat Roman. I'm even shook for John Cena.
I don't. Yeah, well.
That's how WWE's giving it to us. They've served us on the plate. They said, Roman's head of the table.
He
So.
doesn't give a lot. They don't give a lot when it comes to Roman, do they? Like he just destroys everyone. I don't know who's going to be the guy. I know him and Rock are going to do Mania next year, but Rock ain't going to beat him.
Rock's he's gonna get finished. I'm sorry, Rock here, but
Rock
yeah,
won't
the
beat
Rock's
him.
gonna get finished. The Rock is gonna go and do people's elbow. Roman will stand and spear him. Come on, man. And they've built this guy to a beast. I don't know who's gonna defeat him.
Turn babyface. At
White me
some point,
babyface.
at some point after WrestleMania next year, I assume he's going to turn. But like, I don't know who's going to be the guy to beat him. I don't even think they would know.
Yeah, they don't know. They're just winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat to me. You said budget cuts.
All right, I want to talk to you about budget cuts, right? Because like, I legit think that he was a budget cut as well as everyone else, right? I don't think there's anything malicious in the whole thing. And the reason I say that is because, dude, Nick Khan has come into that company, right? And you see the amount of guys that they've got rid of recently over the last few months, right? When AEW first started, right, those guys went on a signing spree and they signed anybody to make sure that those guys didn't get people. I see people. AEW never push any like black talent or no black guys in the top main events. Believe me, all the black guys in AEW are green as hell. Like
Not Scorpio Sky though.
Scorpio Sky's different, but he's not a top guy. He's not a top guy. But the guys that they would have been pushing, Keith Lee, Shane Strickland, guys like that, they got gobbled up by an ACH. They got gobbled up. So, they signed. Bruv, there was a week in May when they had 64 wrestlers across Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. And there's like 310 wrestlers under contract. All right? Guys like Nick Khan, he's gone in there and said, why the hell do you need all these wrestlers on the contract or whatever when you only used 64 last week on television or whatever? You don't need this many wrestlers. Or, we got to keep them away from the Blood and Guts show on Turner. And it's like, fuck them. We're way over there. They can. Who cares if they get whoever? Who cares if they take Andrade or whatever? It doesn't make a difference. They can have him, and we just need to focus on what we're doing. So Nick Khan would have gone through that spreadsheet, the guys, and he's like, all right, who's Braun Strowman and why is he only $1.2 million a year? All right, cool. Does he move merch? No. Does he hike? Does he spike TV ratings? No. So why is he on $1.2 million a year when we've got guys in developmental that are bigger than him and they're on $60,000 a year? Get rid of him.
But that's the problem. Like, bro,
I hear you.
but you're getting people.
And by the way, I'm not trying to make out these people are disposable, but
Oh,
believe
no,
me,
no,
I've been in
no.
business. And also, they had record profits last year. They need to beat that this year.
Yeah.
Once you get record profits, you can't be like, we're done.
Yeah.
It's like they got to beat that, and them cutting off, them deleting all these guys off their wage bill.
But the thing is I
good for them.
hear what you're saying, but in the grand scheme of things, let's be real. These people are disposable. Like,
They've been disposable.
They've been disposable,
Yeah.
and we've seen it. We've seen it time and time
Yeah.
again. It happens, And I mean, it's nothing personal because we see it time again. Was it not 96, 97? Jeff Jarrett got taken out of WWE a year later. He came back. So we see it all the time. We see it all the time. People get released, come back. People get released and don't come back. Like it's just part of it.
Jeff Jarrett got $250,000 from Vince McMahon in '99. All right, but do you know this story?
I've not briefed about. Thing talks about. WRESTHINGS talks about.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So his contract expired the day before a pay-per-view, and he basically got $250,000 bonus for putting over China when he didn't have to. When he didn't have to, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was looked at like he was a villain. Like he was looked at like he was the worst. But the wrestlers too. And I'm like, once you've got advantage over these people, they don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
If you can get anything, especially Vince McMahon, he does not give a. It's gotten to a point where Tony Khan is like people look at Tony Khan like he's not being sincere because he treats his wrestlers and he treats his employees like they're real people. And people aren't used to that.
Listen, with Tony Khan, I'm sorry, his time's gonna come and people are gonna look at this guy like he's Vince McMahon.
At some point, he's gonna
he has
to be a dickhead at some point.
Yeah, and it's not even gonna be a thing.
Be leaving in next year.
It's not even gonna be a thing when it's on-screen character. It's gonna be a thing where something's happened within that business, and you know what I mean? He's gonna let go one of his biggest stars. I'm going, he's a waste man. Blah blah blah.
It happens all the time. History repeats itself because Vince McMahon, when he first started, he was like a hero. Because remember, he started like a commentator.
He never was.
He wasn't. Bro, have you not heard the story about when he took all the territories? He lied to everyone.
Bro.
Do you remember that?
Bro.
Fam, the only territory he didn't end up taking was Jeff Jarrett's dad. He didn't take Crockett
he
and he
lied
didn't
to
take Jerry
everyone,
Jarrett.
His dad, basically his dad lied to
He's saying
everyone.
he wasn't like as bad as he was now.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He told that story.
He wasn't bad.
About All American.
He wasn't as bad. You're right.
He was.
People hate him though. Even though
He knew what he wanted to do anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an intentional person.
People in wrestling hated him. But one more thing about the budget cuts. That's what I mean. Like, I legit believe that they're just trying to cut. Whether or not they're going to sell, people think they're going to sell. Other people think they're just trying to, get a better stock price and cut that wage bill. That's up to interpretation at the end of the day. But they fire people like Ruby Wright and all these. And it's just like, no offense to Ruby Wright. I don't know what she was on, but how many women in Florida must there be with tattoos that probably a lot cheaper than she is or whatever. She doesn't sell merch or she doesn't move ratings. It's like from Nick Khan's perspective, it's like, why are we paying her X amount? We got someone there who's on about 70 grand.
But I just think no, God, you go, bro.
So okay, my thing at WWE is that fam, we can't move ratings, but not everyone on your car is gonna move ratings. You need some people that you can squash. So if you're gonna release everyone, who are you gonna have on the thing? Just Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor every week on SmackDown.
And to add to that,
and it's happening now because on Raw, you're seeing the same match all the time. And it's like, why are you seeing the same matches
They've
when
got the talent? They've got people.
they've got people there like Drew Gulak is still chasing for the 24/7
That's why they're
championship.
cutting people.
That's why they're cutting people.
But why another thing as well that adds to the conversation about the budget cuts, they're also the reason why they look at, like I was saying about Bray, they cheapen their own talent by booking them and getting bored and going, and they'll look at them and be like, what's they done recently? And they don't remember that they've booked them, taking their momentum away, just see them as a loss, and they go, let's get rid of them.
That's not Vincent. You got to understand.
It may not be Vince's fault, but at the same time, I hear you, because business-wise, obviously, you're going to cut your losses. But again, the reason why we're seeing these same people being churned out is because they'll push somebody, they'll get bored of the push, then the crowd will realise, they're not getting pushed anymore, so the momentum will be gone, and then they're just looked at as like, unless you're someone like a Dolph Ziggler with years of like they don't want to get rid of you or something. They're just like they were saying, they're disposable. They'll just see these people and be like, what have they done recently? Yeah. They're wasting money. They're not moving merch, and they're just here. Get rid of them.
And Bray was on a high contract.
But Bray, like we said, Bray brought in bare merchandise sales, man. Even the march. I mean, he said the march for $1,000.
Yeah, I remember
the belt. Even saw the belt for $1,000. Like he was bringing bare pieces, and that belt even got sold out.
And I can't explain that one.
So I don't understand the reason why. Okay, look, I'm not angry with how they left because I'm even happy because I've even apparently there's rumors that apparently that he wasn't really coping well with Brody Lee's death and stuff. But I don't know if that's true. Whatever, but it's real. But like I feel like Bray needed to leave, man. He needs someone else to go. Like it was, even the WrestleMania match even gave.
His time was running out. The minute he lost his return match, I was like, it's kind of
done. It's done. I think I had black oil coming out of her mouth. It didn't make sense.
It's not been explained since.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes from here. I don't think he fits into AEW in the slightest, but
bro, I'm seeing else. I'm thinking something else, you know.
I don't see it.
I see it, bro.
It depends on how his reinvention comes if he was to go to AEW. I don't see the Fiend character working in AEW.
Yeah. No, I don't. Do you know?
I think AEW, when it comes to like the whole fantasy stuff, they're trying to stray away from it. That's not really there.
Tony Khan to this day still talks about that Matt Hardy stuff that he did on TV last year, and he hated
when he
it.
was skipping from seat to
he hated
I remember that. That was dead. Yeah,
they talked him into it, and he was like, nah, we ain't doing that again. Like, so. Sorry.
Bro, there's some people that can do it. But there's some people that can do it. Like even Aleister Black.
But he's not. But he's not. But supernatural character. He's just a weird dude or whatever.
No, but the whole light shit. Okay, when I mean super, I don't mean man's gonna come with like a witch doctor. I mean like there's a thing where like the lights turning off. He's always in black.
That's not supernatural.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean the lights on that whole sort of thing. I think Bray can fit into that easy. They can make a new faction.
I'll be honest. I think Bray's old gimmick would work
100.
really well.
100.
The cult leader. That,
Someone said the thing called
that
Wyndham.
one was
The
perfect.
Wyndham cult.
The what?
The Wyndham cult.
What's that?
That's what I saw. That's his first name, isn't it?
Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah.
Rotunda, yeah, that's
Oh,
his first name.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
cult.
Named after Barry Windham and
His uncle.
yeah.
Yeah, that gimmick will work perfectly in any promotion.
It'll be interesting to see what he does. I personally don't see it, but you know, I could be. I'm wrong. I'm not the most smartest guy around here, so you know, I just don't see it though. At least at this stage,
Yeah,
I don't see it.
I wonder what Sam will say about this though. It's not gonna work. It's never work. It's never work. I say 100 million %.
Sunday was to be about Undertaker.
What's you guys'
It's only one Undertaker.
Another person that got recently released, Ric Flair.
I know.
Oh yeah, it's a good conversation still.
Hey, he asked for his release, man. That guy was frustrated.
But
He
my
was
thing is, what you're frustrated about? You've been on TV for how many years now? And you're not saying
Rick
shit.
doesn't see it like that.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what it is? I love Ric Flair, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not think this guy has any stock at this moment.
No.
I'll be real with you.
In hip hop.
I don't. Maybe with Migos and with Rick Ross and with Denzel Curry, but at this current point, unless you're doing one show appearances, I do not want to be seeing Ric Flair every week coming to manage someone.
I don't think you're going to see him every week.
Hopefully
he's
not.
He's going to show up in AEW.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But if it's a thing where it's like if they were to do like a Four Horseman reunion where they all just link up with each other, they have like a nice moment, cool.
Conrad Thompson owns that trademark.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
Who?
Conrad Thompson.
He owns the Four Horseman trademark.
Yeah, he owns that.
How?
Mad.
I just read recently.
He just bought it, like just found it.
He just trademarked it. You know,
That's nuts.
AEW got too sweet last week.
Yeah, they got like too sweet.
They got too sweet, so WWE can't use that.
Facts and energies on this.
I'll be honest.
No, I believe that though.
Facts and energies.
No, I read the article. I read the article on the
Who
Tuesday.
got facts and energy?
No, I'm thinking the Conrad Thompson owning Four Horsemen. That's actually nuts though.
Yeah, but
Things run out though, innit, over time. So you
Yeah,
probably
runs
just
out.
wait.
Yeah. You just got to catch them. That's how Cody got bashed at the beach and all sorts of stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Flair, the lethal lottery and stuff.
Hey, Flair's definitely going to AEW. He's seeing everyone having too much fun without him, so he wants to be a part
To
of
do
that.
what? Like I saw a few people saying, he should manage Andrade instead of
Myth.
Travel.
Myth.
What the fuck?
Myth.
Sorry about my language, but I'm not trying to see. What's he gonna do? Woo! Andrade's gonna be speaking Spanish and he's gonna translate it. Woo!
But it doesn't make sense.
Fiesta!
be
Woo!
real
No,
though.
bun that,
If
man.
we were to see
I don't
Flair,
want to see.
if we were to see him on TV just doing Ric Flair shit, we will get gassed.
No, but we
For one appearance.
For one appearance.
But if I see him the next week when Andrade's there speaking Spanish, and then we now look to Ric Flair to translate, and he says, "Woo, quinceañera." No, I'm not trying to hear it.
I love it.
That would be sick.
You think we're sick? But wait, honestly, nothing as well. It doesn't make sense because Charlotte's not there. Why is he there? Why is he there with Andrade?
Bro,
Jeez. Man, that was too to be sour.
hour
What's it? Come and sit.
Yo, what's that?
Yeah, sit here.
He's saying,
Bro, this guy's heavier than my son. I'm about to say his name, but lucky
Oh, the bleeps is still. Yeah, we're not trying to see Ric Flair, man. I'm so sorry. One time appearance, I don't mind. If it's even if like let's say in the next year or two they introduce another belt, maybe some sort of like US belt or something, and he's the one to give it to the winner, I'll be fine with that. But to be seeing Ric Flair, hear me, coming every week with Andrade speaking Spanish, and he says, "Woo, quinceañera, fiesta." Porque? No, I don't want to see it. De nada. No, I don't want to see it. I'm so sorry.
No,
Ric Flair has run his course.
For Horsewoman.
If we were to see him in NWA, then fair enough. I don't mind seeing him weekly. Because one, I don't watch NWA, so I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn about Ric Flair. But to see him in AW, impossible can't. I'm not trying to see that.
I got to disagree with you, right? I think Ric Flair in 2021 has got a lot of value. And the reason I say that, the same way Mark Henry does and Big Show, they're not on TV, but they do stuff.
Like that. Okay.
No, okay, no.
Spokesperson.
Okay, maybe I came across wrong. Ric Flair is Ric Flair. There's no denying it. But in terms of what he can do with a
He's in my
wrestler,
top 5. I saw your show last week. He's on my top 5.
Oh yeah.
But no. In terms of what he can do with a wrestler, I'm so sorry. I don't see what Ric Flair can do. He did nothing for Charlotte in the last few years, besides being her dad.
Crying.
No, I can't.
And cried. He did nothing for what's her name? What's the girl that
Lacey
just
Evans.
Lacey Evans? He's done nothing for them. So for me, maybe in AEW it will be a bit different because he'll attach himself to someone new.
Tully Blanchard in that.
But I honestly don't.
I
see
don't
him
think
with
I don't
Andrade.
think he should be a manager on Valet. I don't think he should be none of
Ric
that.
Flair can't be a manager. I've seen
No,
him
he
done
can't
before.
speak.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Right now, what he says is
He
chatting
can be
shit.
managed.
The thing, all right,
Woo!
That's the thing.
Sexy.
Ric Flair in that
Wipe his
WWE
baby face.
Ric Flair cannot. When you give a guy a script like Ric Flair, he goes out on television. You can see that he hates saying these.
Yeah,
words. You can
exactly.
see it.
Yeah.
He's like Brett. When Brett came back and he was on TV, and you could see that he didn't want to say this stuff. What he does it, and I think Ric Flair in 2021 doing an odd appearance on Dynamite, like in the Carolinas or one of the old Crockett territories, I think would be really, really fun. Like I'm not saying he needs to be on TV every week or he needs to be with FTR, definitely not. But I think he's definitely got value.
FTR wants to be with them, boy.
He's friends with
I
Tony
see his
Khan.
tweet.
He's been friends with Tony Khan for a
yeah,
decade,
yeah,
so
yeah.
there's no doubt in my mind that guy's showing up at some point.
I'll be honest, yeah. I think with Ric Flair, it's just a creative freedom. Because if you were to put him on TV in AEW, he can do anything. In WWE, he will not have that.
Anything meaning no matches, bro. I don't want to see Mick Flair having any colour on his face.
He's not cutting a promo this year.
Mr. Bleeder.
He is going to bleed.
Ric Flair loves blood, you know. He's a doctor.
This is wrestling.
Ric Flair's a surgeon. He loves blood, you know. He's a doctor, bro. Fam, Doctor Cuts.
I've seen Ric Flair. I've seen matches with Ric Flair. Literally, there's about 1,000 people in the building. This guy gigs himself, and he's 1,000 people, and he's doing that every night as well. It's like, what is the point? But whatever.
NK, just walked in, man. Introduce yourself, bro.
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man out.
Yo,
Yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. In the building. Yeah, man. But in regards to
You missed the Bray Wyatt talk.
Oh, you missed it.
I know. In regards to Ric Flair right now, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion either way. Like, if he's on AEW, cool, fine. Like, Ric Flair's entertaining to say the least. I still find him entertaining to this day. So I won't be bored of him being on screen. But if he doesn't come AEW, it's like they're missing out on some young talent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have a strong opinion. If he was to come AEW, it'd be good to see him link up with Tully and them lot for short appearances here and there. But I don't think.
You're adamant about this.
No, I don't. I love Rick, but I prefer him now when I see him in hip hop videos. That's it.
No, I don't.
Showing his Rolex.
I love that.
I don't.
Fam, listen, you see us as black people, yeah? We've done our job of dancing in these white man's videos and driving. Let Ric Flair dance. Let dance. Let Ric Flair dance in all these man's videos. Let him.
Okay, I
We've done our part. All these years of us doing Jim Crow. This is Rick Crow. This is Rick Crow.
I told her I would have did it. I blocked that. You wanna kill this podcast? Hey, bro,
That's calm. That's calm.
Let it run.
Having fun, man. Come on, man.
Cool.
Celebrating.
Peace. Hey,
Happy
Celebration.
Come on, man. Happy birthday,
I'm
back, man.
burst. I'm playing. Flipping.
What should we get into?
What else happened this week? Well, no. Before we get to
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. Yeah, Adam Cole.
Cole.
That's what I want to talk about. Adam Cole.
Let's update people on Adam Cole.
Apparently rumors are that Adam Cole's contract ends in. Is that a rumor?
No, his contract is done.
His contract is
He's on
done.
a been done.
He's
He's on a short term. Yeah, he's on a short term extension.
Okay, cool.
Guys, I'll be honest with you. I really like Adam Cole. I don't think he will thrive on the main roster. Just because of his, not because of his talent,
Size.
or what he's able to do because of his size.
Things are the same thing as
people
well.
like Punk is not around in there anymore, and then I feel the same way if it was Johnny Gargano going up there, he won't thrive.
Yeah.
He went up there. Do you remember for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
and they moved his ass back
Yeah,
down?
they moved him
You John who? Adam Cole or Johnny?
Gargano and
Yeah,
Johnny.
I remember that. That was sick. That was exciting.
Ricochet and Aleister Black.
They didn't want that stage. They didn't want that
There'll
stage.
be
TV
that-
and NXT, and they moved them up.
There'll
They
be
were a
that
team.
nice period where it's like a couple weeks to get little wins of someone like Cesaro or Dolph Ziggler. Oh yeah,
It'll be chased for the
and then
24/7.
you'll just get licked down, and then you're just going to be opening match roll up.
And the
Like,
main
and
event.
you'll be the new Ricochet just there. You know he can do sick stuff, but you're just losing.
And then chasing for the 24/7.
Hey,
Absolutely.
They're pushing Reginald like mad.
I respect it though.
They're pushing Reginald
I
like
respect it
Doing
though.
backflips for no
Do you
reason.
know what it is? Reggie, yes, hey, Mandem. I think WWE, yeah, they need to deep who Reginald is, man. Reginald's amazing in the ring, fam. Like, theatrics. Not I don't know about wrestling
I've
ability,
seen
but
him. He's
gymnastics.
What's that to say?
I mean,
What's
okay,
that to say?
I don't know about wrestling stuff in it, but gymnastics in the ring is sick. I think they need to put him with someone that's like, do you know what I mean? Someone that's more exciting, or like probably like a Ricochet, because Ricochet does the same thing, right? So make him,
I mean, if they were to have a match, Ricochet would have to carry him the whole match. Reginald isn't a great wrestler. I said no. I'm just confirming he's not a great
just
wrestler.
in case anyone tries to blast me in the comments.
He's just
And off
good
his
with
touch, you know.
the acrobatics and stuff like that. He's good with the acrobatics, and that's about it.
Acrobatic.
Serious backflips, but okay, that's it.
No, I mean, but
Ricochet does that.
match him.
did that.
He broke his finger.
Sin Cara said to Thingy, Reginald on Instagram.
No, what are you saying?
I don't know if it was Sin Cara. Correct me if I'm wrong. He
Which
wasn't
Sin
happy.
Cara?
The new one.
I don't know which Sin Cara it was, innit, but one of Sin Cara's. Apparently, he wasn't happy with the fact that to Reginald. So he was like, I'm working. I think the comment was that I worked my whole life for blah, blah, this for me to get past into this.
No, that's the new. That has to be the new one.
Hunico's chill, bro.
Actually, no, yeah, the old one.
He's an angry guy, bro.
Yeah.
Mystical.
He needs to squale, man. How many Sin Cara? Even in the promotion that he's in, how many men are wearing the same costume? I don't understand. They all have the same mask, same wristband, same tights, just all different color.
Same pads, knee pads.
I was a big fan of that dude, Mystico, when he signed.
I used to love him.
Love Mystico, and then they got him up there. Here's the thing, right? I've never understood why you get a guy in and then you don't want him to work his style. You train him, you want him to retrain and work your style. Why don't you just get someone else? And leave him to do what he's
signing
doing
the striker and trying to play him in defence.
It's just like, why would you
goal.
bother?
Put him in goal, exactly.
This guy, all this money.
Maybe it's because they think his style doesn't translate on television.
But why get him then? Why not just get one of your guys and put a mask on him, and that way he can do what he wants or whatever? And he can't speak fucking English, you know. It's like,
He didn't even try. He didn't even want to try and speak English.
No, he actually, yeah, you're right.
He didn't even want to try.
They wanted him, and he wanted.
Yeah, he said he wasn't having it.
He's the opposite of like, well, Nakamura and all these people that actually want to speak English or whatever. He didn't really make an effort, but at the same time, that was a big fucking deal. And they got him, and they kind of just like.
Yeah, that was Triple H's like marquee signing.
That was him and Karma. Those were the two guys.
Karma.
Karma became pregnant.
Awesome
Karma.
Oh yeah.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant, yeah.
Do you think they would have done this?
She went to acting.
100%.
100%.
She was in AEW for a bit as well, innit? With Brand New Rose as a witch.
That was at the end of her career.
The man of witchcraft, they're doing witchcraft, innit? I don't know what they were doing, bro.
George had to pray after every scene.
Trust me, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. That got shelved quickly.
No, she left and she did that. The next season of that show, Glow.
Oh, Glow's sick, by the way.
Yeah.
Glow's amazing.
I haven't even seen it.
She still works for AEW though.
Oh, yeah?
She still works there. She's still on the contract. Yeah. So she still gets paid every week.
If you like Glow, there's a new series coming out called Hills. And it's got Adam Scott, Stephen Amell. I think it's dropping end of next week. I think so. The first episode comes end next week, and apparently it's an amazing series. CM Punk has also seen advanced previews of that. So.
I think he's in it.
He's in it.
Yeah, CM Punk's in it. Yeah.
Oh, that's his picture on Instagram then.
I think he's in it. Yeah.
The picture of CM Punk looking old in that. He's in it, yeah.
I haven't seen the picture, but I've heard that he's in it.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
AEW last week.
Woo!
Yes.
How'd everyone find it?
The Space Jam thing was jokes.
Fire.
Crazy. Man like Jericho, you know?
People actually like. There's a lot of
Put some respect on his name.
There's a lot of divide
bro.
about that match though. I've seen online.
I'm on the
people don't
divide
like
where
it.
everyone liked it, bro.
Who doesn't like it?
A lot of
The WWE universe.
Oh, we got to talk about that. Do you know what I said to you at the beginning of the
We'll talk
podcast?
about that.
We need to talk about that before we leave today.
So people are saying a lot because Big Up Mex. She was on. I can't remember what the podcast's name, but
Booked on Wrestling?
I think it was them. I was listening to them, and then them lot was saying that style of match shouldn't be on nationally televised program, and apparently it's too extreme and all that type of
These
stuff.
men not see
Bruv,
ECW?
that match was tame.
No, that's what I'm saying. But a lot
That
of
match was tame compared to Matt Cardona versus Nick
facts.
Gage.
But the conversations happening online is that AEW's going way too left to try to be
man,
the
people keep
opposite
complaining
of
about
It's
WWE.
not,
man.
man.
That's
It's
what
not.
it's
I don't agree, but that's what
Do
people
you
are
know what's
saying
mad? Do you know
online.
what's mad? I thought that's something that I would say back in the day. Fam, that match was calm. After seeing that Matt Cardona match, yeah. Bro, even you deep it, yeah. Some of the stuff that apparently, like, do you know when Chris Jericho got cut? Chris Jericho cut himself.
He cut himself in the arm.
Even the glass when Nick Gage was slamming the glass in his head. Nick Gage was protecting. He was holding it here, so the glass was. Do you get what I mean?
I was happy that Nick Gage was professional, bro.
Fam, Nick Gage was being soft.
That's the
But
same.
you're in the ring with Jericho, so like you ain't gonna mess up.
Chris Jericho was definitely taking the lead for that match.
Yeah, bro. That's nuts. People thinking
I
that.
enjoyed the match.
I love
loved
that
it.
match.
I don't even like things with glass and that, yeah, but it was done. It was paced correctly.
Yeah, it was a fun match.
And the thing is,
that was a PG version of a death match.
Yeah.
It's possible, yeah.
No, but it was a death match with a little bit of psychology. Do you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times in these death matches, they'll just bring out the light tube straight away,
And
smash.
smash.
That's what we said last week.
Or they get the kebab sticks and point your head.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it'll be a one count, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these man, they brought out weapons, they let the weapons marinate, did their
And
stuff,
they let it tell its story.
and then it meant something when Chris finally got smashed with a light tube.
I thought that match was fun. Jericho looked like he was having a great time. I can imagine.
Oh, he was enjoying himself.
I can imagine walking backstage just fucking all hyped or whatever. Like he loved that shit, and it's just like, yo,
I know he definitely looked in the mirror and said, yeah.
You see the picture? You
That shit about blood and guts now, guys.
see the picture? You see the picture he put after?
I didn't even see the picture.
He's like this. Yeah, he's like this. He was happy, bro.
I can't like this Labels of Jericho thing is fun.
who is next? When is Lance Storm
fire?
coming?
Like,
Lance Storm is in incredible shape.
Lance, bruv,
Who's been Chris Jericho's like?
Lance.
Only Lance, yeah?
Gotta be Lance, bruv. Like Lance.
What was I saying? Who's been Jericho's what?
Like, apparently, so this is the thing. So they basically going through like Chris Jericho's gimmicks as well.
Yeah.
So apparently the next gimmick
Long
after
time,
the thing one, after the Juventus, is it Juventus Guerrero?
Juventus.
Juventus Guerrero, yeah. He's gonna go back to the old school WWE Y2J gimmick. But I wonder who's gonna be in that match.
The
don't
thing
see
is,
it.
the thing is, I think the allure of this whole Labels of Jericho thing is that we actually don't know.
Yeah.
So
There's no
anything
point
could
in trying to
happen.
guess.
I did like the things that I've been seeing a few of like Juventud things before like this match was even, and he's incredible shape. He can still go. He's probably even better than he was 10 years ago. I didn't expect to see Chris Jericho versus Juventud in 2021. So even if when MJF now announces who he's going to face next, it's all going to shock us because we actually don't know.
We have
At
no
some
idea.
point, it will probably be Great Khali or something. And, you know what I'm saying?
and even the stipulation for this match, like Jericho has to win off the move off the top rope.
What move is he
Like,
gonna
what
do?
move is he gonna do?
Yo, he's gonna
Do you know what I'm
surprise
saying?
you tonight.
surprise
I'm
us,
telling you,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna surprise you. He's
yeah,
gonna do a
yeah.
shooting star press. He did one in 1993. I saw it, so he can. I don't know if he can still do it, but I bet it's gonna be something that we're not expecting.
I think it might be a 450 though. I think a 450 is.
He can do that. 30
Come
years.
on, it's gonna be a spiral tap, man. Them, come on.
Hey guys, I'm
Don't know what move do you think he's going to do?
what move?
I want to do a 630. I want to do a
630.
630. Yeah, 630.
I'm throwing a span in the works, yeah. When's SummerSlam?
Couple weeks.
How many weeks?
Oh, I tell you what, it's the day
22nd.
after Punk. So 21st. It's a Saturday.
21st of August.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 days, isn't it? Saturday and Sunday.
And Goldberg is gonna fight Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Scrap that.
Where you getting with this?
There you go.
Forget it.
You was thinking Goldberg.
Bro, if Bobby loses,
Goldberg
the
No,
Goldberg.
forget that.
Goldberg to AW.
Because we didn't get that Goldberg and Goldberg and Chris Jericho match, did we?
Nah, not actually. Did we?
We didn't get that Goldberg and Chris Jericho match.
2003.
But was it
Bad
for
Blood,
Bad Blood, yeah,
Bad
Bad
Blood
Blood.
2003.
Bad match.
Was it a bad match or shit match?
Terrible.
They had Goldberg selling, and it was a long match.
He had a good spear. He done a good spear though. But-
Shit.
I forget then, because obviously we didn't get that match in WCW, so I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll give it to me.
Yeah, because
He's not
Goldberg
from
was
the-
ducking my guy. That's where. Goldberg was ducking my guy. He didn't want to make money, man.
MJF said he might even be the last person he fights. So
I think
No, MJF will be the for Labor 5. No, the Labor. No, but the Labours is for him to.
Yeah, he has to pass
Face- yeah.
all 5
all
of
five,
them.
not
Two
the five.
faces him.
Oh, okay.
I think the last person is going to be Lance Storm, and Lance Storm's going to go in there and he's going to lay down, and Jericho's going to pin him because they're mates. And I think
shit.
that's something that's widely known. And like, I think that's how they're going to do the last one. So Jericho has a week off. That's smart.
Probably a
MJF.
Smoky Mountains rules match or something.
Somebody suggested a submissions match.
Yeah,
That'll be sick.
A submissions match.
Oh no, I thought something mad.
They had a sick match at one night stand.
If I say it, we're gonna get this podcast cancelled. I swear. If I say it,
We got
if I
a
say
censor
this, we're gonna get a podcast cancelled.
This, so this isn't happening.
What's the minute?
This doesn't happen.
52 minutes. Go
15
on.
minutes, yeah. 15 minutes. You got this, yeah.
Take a picture and send it to me.
Do the Men in Black thing.
What I'm about to say is gonna be fucked. Like, oh,
That's
okay,
building it
cool.
up and it's gonna get muted.
When you said submission match, yeah, I remember Chris Jericho had an amazing submission match in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
1990, I think it was 1999 or 2000.
2000.
Well, what if they bring back Chris Benoit as a hologram?
I'm not bleeping that.
No, mean that.
That's funny. Hey, you're a madman.
Man said we waited 14 years, just dig him up. But
I said hologram. I said hologram.
please,
I said hologram. Hey, I said hologram.
come back for this.
Hey, we gotta get this podcast cancelled one day, you know.
Nobody cares about him, so we're not gonna.
I can't be saying shit like
That's
that.
funny.
That's a hologram, innit?
That is mad.
Hologram.
Imagine you just see the hologram, you just see lights. You see, remember if it's my man versus God, you just see the light. You just see the light, and you see. Because Jericho tries to clothesline him, it's just.
That's nuts. Go for
You're a madman, you know. How do you even think of something like that?
It's a submission match, and that's one of my favorite submission matches of all time.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Very good match.
That was really, yeah.
And that's the when I think Chris Jericho's face went purple.
Oh, yeah,
Do you remember that?
Crossface and
Yeah, that was bad. I thought Chris Jericho was dead.
right on the throat.
Bro,
Really
his
put it
face
back
went
on him.
purple, like he couldn't breathe.
That's how you know Benoit does his submissions.
The ref had to stop him.
They knocked the shit out of each other in that match.
The ref had to stop him. But yeah, go on. What else is on the
What's
radar?
happened at
we talking
AEW?
about-
Adam Page lost the gates.
The 10 man,
Bruv.
that match was.
Delivered.
Some man said some man were happy about that though.
Entrance was mad.
The Hangman Page
When the Dark Order entrance was serious.
Amazing.
That was serious.
Amazing.
That was
It
serious.
was a concert. It was a concert.
And even when Paige came out in purple, I was like, yeah, man, that's sick.
It was a concert still. It was a concert.
Even the Elite's entrance as well.
that
You know,
chair-
apparently they paid 50 bags to license the tune.
Yeah. I can't lie, both entrances were concerts.
Yeah, I enjoyed both.
Yo, when that 2 Unlimited record come on, brother, how, bro? Like, I wasn't expecting that.
I thought it was fake. I thought it was like an advert because I was watching it on the Watch Wrestling. Oh, the plug-in. I was watching the plug-in, yeah. And I was like, wait, is this an advert or something? Then it wasn't an advert. And I was like, oh, wow, they're actually coming out to the thing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nah, it was dope. Like even the finish is what I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting that either, but now I know more about it. It makes sense that they're not going to do the match yet.
Yeah.
But so what's
They shouldn't rush it.
happening?
But don't you think now's the time to strike?
No, now is the time. They're not rushing it though.
Yeah, they're not rushing it.
I mean, as in like let it like
Yeah.
let
But
more
here's the thing,
things happen.
Like, well, he's wrestling it all out. We don't know who's wrestling. It's definitely not Hangman Page though.
Yeah.
Right, it's definitely not Hangman Page. But the way that story, like I said, he's going to go into a slump. I think he's going to go into because remember he was doubting his confidence the whole time anyway. So
Wasn't the stipulation for this match even that if they lose, that Adam Cole's out of the top 5 and then Dark Order lose their tag team title?
Yeah, so they don't get nothing.
I think in terms of that, long term, if he's now going to lose his slump, I think it makes sense.
and it makes sense because once Punk and Danielson come in, go on, bro.
Oh no, I didn't mean to say it.
Go for it, bro.
Go on.
Say it.
Oh, sorry, okay, fine.
Did you ever thought about Chris Benoit and his hologram?
The boy nightmare.
Do you know who Chris Benoit is?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, yeah. Like the fact that Danielson and Punk are coming in as well. Punk's going to be all out.
Yeah.
So I don't think Danielson will be.
No.
But him being all out, especially if he's wrestling, is going to overshadow anything that happens with Hangman Page.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's
That's the problem.
I thought they were going to push it back into Arthur Ashe, but now I'm like they're going to push that back.
To Full Gear.
I reckon it might even be further back than that.
I think Full Gear's the
Full
time.
Gear.
Full gear
Nah.
time.
Well,
Because if you say yeah,
That's a whole year. That's a whole
That's a
year.
year.
nah, just be full gear.
Full Gear
If
is
you're
going
doing
to
for
be
full gear, the crowd's gonna be like, it's not happening then.
Kenny's wrestling one of those two. It's going to be Punk or Danielson at Full Gear.
That's bad though.
I don't see it.
Nah, because I don't see it.
I don't think.
They need to do that match quick.
I don't think Punk and Punk or I say Punk or thingy or Bryan should go straight for the thing. I think, fam, I would love to see Punk versus what's his name, Darby Allin first, or even something in his work as well.
I think that's the match at All Out though.
What Punk and Darby Allin?
Darby.
Yeah.
I think that's the match.
Confirmed.
No.
Nothing's confirmed.
Nothing's confirmed. Nothing's confirmed.
Based on what Darby said in Dynamite last week, it makes sense because he's like, even if you're the best in the world.
Crowd's like,
That promo was sick because you see
amazing.
the way that I can't remember who's interviewing him.
I forgot his
Alex
name.
Morales.
Alex Marvez and Sting looked at the camera. It was like,
Like it was
This guy's
basically
confirmed.
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 It was confirmed.
The drip is confirmed.
This guy's coming.
Like it was even. It was even.
If
Yeah.
it's confirmed,
Yeah.
God forgive me if I.
Hey yo, reload that really.
I'm on a 1 minute silence break. Carry on.
But it was even because even that announcement, yeah, it was perfect because they announced that they were doing Chicago United Center. Then you heard CM Punk chants, and literally the cameras were literally showing people panning to CM Punk. Then you have Darby Allin say, "Even if you're the best in the world." Like I feel that's the match.
What we getting tonight, boys? What teas we getting tonight? We're gonna get something.
Yeah, we're gonna get something.
We're gonna get something. Like
Living Colour will accidentally play.
Yeah,
By accident.
yeah, like
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Well, lights will turn off now. Lights will turn back on after.
Like, oh, why did the lights go off?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But
technical difficulties.
Hey, do you know what I love? Oh, sorry, God.
But I feel like so I was gonna go to the Kenny stuff. So if you
I was quick one. Do you know wrestlers debut on AW or any sort of thing? Yeah. And see when they come out and after the camera just on and what you see the cameraman getting gas as well because the camera's shaking a bit as well. The camera's like this.
That's an ECW thing.
Oh, yeah,
The lights would go out, the come on, and whoever will be standing there, and the camera will
Just be like this, like you're shaking like this, bro.
Shaking.
Yeah, I love that shit. You're going, bro.
No, but yeah, in regards to like the Kenny and Hangman stuff, I think you can't push it past 4 Gear because this story's long. Like it's been 2 years.
He's having a baby.
And he's already had a slump.
He's having a baby.
and
Oh, Adam Page is having a baby, innit?
Yeah, October. He's having a
Yeah,
kid.
he's gonna have to go paternity leave.
Yeah, but that's why it's like either strike out all out or 4 Gear. Because if you leave it too long, it's like there's long term storytelling, but then it's just become a situation where it's like, fam, when is this ever gonna happen?
Would it take away from the whole thing if you had a match at Dynamite?
No. Pay-per-view main event.
This pay-per-view.
This is it has to.
I'm just asking. It's been devil's
It's
advocate.
It's one of the biggest stories.
I'm devil's advocate.
It's the biggest storyline they've like. It's the fam. If you look at even the company, they've built this from day one. Look, who was the first person to ever face Chris Jericho for the AW
He was in
title?
the first championship match.
It was Paige.
Paige. You want to qualify, innit?
Yeah, it was Paige. Like it was this story between like Paige finally winning the big one is literally the biggest story in AEW. So they need to capitalize on it. So I don't think they would push it back for Bryan or Punk or whatever because even when Christian debuted, obviously Christian ain't the same level as Bryan and Punk. But even Christian they made it a point to say that Christian needs to earn wins before he can challenge Kenny. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they'll just shove these guys to the front of the picture.
I don't think they will as well, but I think that they need to get. I think especially Danielson. I think the longer he's there, that match means less. And I think when he comes in, Danielson against Omega is huge. If he sticks around for a year, then they do it later. I don't think the match is going to have the same impact as it would if it happened.
But does that
I
match
don't
need
agree
a
with
title?
that.
It doesn't need a title. And
I think they can do that match without a title.
I don't agree that it will lose because like it's Bryan, it's Danielson. Like I've never really seen him to the point where he just loses his steam. He maybe not be as prioritized as other people, but he's not someone where the crowd's like, alright, cool, whatever. They're going to be gassed that they've got many people who can face in AEW. I don't see it as a thing that they'll get bored. The same way with Punk. They're going to spotlight him, but I don't see it a match being like, if it happens a year later, they're going to be like, oh, I'm bored. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think they're going to be bored. I think it's just strike where the iron's hot. When that guy comes in, he's going to be hot. Like, and it's, he's going to mean a lot more for AEW than he ever would have meant if he went back to WWE. Because, him being in AEW is big shit. So it's like...
It's been pending for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he wants to go to Japan, so he's perfect for him.
That's another thing as well. Who do you think Moxley's wrestling?
Oh, Tanahashi.
Oh,
You think
Tanahashi.
Absolutely.
He said it. No, he said it in the backstage interview. Yeah.
Dynamite's so crazy. Hiroshi Tanahashi was on a show and people ain't even talking about it. It's like the
Yeah.
most
Mad.
important thing.
I saw him pop up on the screen. I was like, man,
And it's just like,
Tanahashi.
Tanahashi cut a program saying, "Oh, you're talking about these guys. Like, I've been calling you out for time." And I'm just like, why are people not talking about this? Like, this is.
No, there's so much happened in thingy Dynamite that day, so that's why.
Bruv, Dynamite like Tanahashi appearing on. Do you think he's coming at all out, or do you think he's gonna come for a Dynamite?
He's having a match at thingy, innit?
He's working the New Japan show
In LA.
and-
I think he's on the title of Lance. I think.
Yeah, in
Yeah, I
LA.
think he's gonna take title Lance.
Hard for Lance, bro.
I think so.
Which
It's
is
Tanahashi, bro. It's Tanahashi.
Do you think they're trying to take that title back to Japan?
yeah, facts.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, facts. They're trying to take that title.
And so Moxley can go there and do the chase out there as well.
Yeah, word.
But yeah, seeing Tanahashi on AEW television,
Gas.
bruv.
I remember getting gas when it was when Nagata was on there. I was just like,
Bruv,
Wait till fucking Suzuki comes out when that music plays. Bro, I'm going to lose my shit.
Ishii's going to be in America next year.
Yeah, against Moose.
man, like no net.
Like deep on the show, we had Nick Gage and Nick Gage and Tanahashi on the same show.
And Haku.
And
Haku, yeah! I forgot about him, you know.
The show's mad. Like the show is like it's unpredictable, and there's so many just opportunities that these wrestlers could have. Like it's crazy.
That's why I love watching AEW right now.
And
man,
that's what
'cause
pro
surprises.
wrestling shows need to be.
Surprises.
To me, this is appointment television. I haven't felt this way watching a show since like probably Nitro in '97 or whatever. Like where I felt
You can't miss out.
You can't miss a show. You don't know who's going to show up. You don't know what's going to happen. And the wrestling is so good as well.
Do you know what it is? It's like watching, like, thingy, obviously, WWE is like watching EastEnders, like, same cast, same thing, no surprises, whatever. Watching AEW is like watching something like Narcos or even like flipping, like Power or something. Do you know what I mean? Or what other shows there? Even like Snowfall, because you need to watch until the end because something's gonna, do you know what I mean? Something will happen that's mad. Do you get what I mean? It's not like I'm not.
It'll either start off with a bang or some point during the middle of the show.
Yeah, something mad's gonna happen, fam.
Yeah.
So yeah, like guys, keep your eyes peeled because we're about to enter a mad time. of
Well,
wrestling.
September. I mean,
September's
all
good.
these shows coming up in September. You got Punk, you got Danielson, Adam Cole. Adam Cole was going to go AEW.
Oh, facts.
There's
His
no
wife-
way
his
that
wife is
guy's
there.
resigning.
Yeah.
Like you said about him not. Both of you two said guy ain't got a chance. If he would have been on the main road, he would have been there by now. He
would have been
there. He's been there for 3 years.
Even Road Dogg said, apparently Road Dogg in the
Yeah,
interview,
he
Road
did.
Dogg said, yeah, I think Solomon even said it.
Yeah.
So that how Road Dogg said when he first laid his eyes on Adam Cole, was like, this guy's an amazing wrestler. He's got it all, but he can't see him in the main roster because of his size. Yeah. And it's like, why should it's like the same with football. Messi wouldn't have blown in the UK. I'll tell you that because of his size.
And that's another thing.
Jack Wilshere's an amazing player, but what happened to him? They just settled him for flipping Bournemouth and
We're
these
talking
places.
about budget cuts earlier
It's
on.
nuts.
Like I was talking about budget cuts earlier on. Like it's like I just don't see Vince McMahon getting into a bidding war for Adam Cole.
For Adam Cole, he doesn't care.
Doesn't care. Exactly. He does not care.
But they're carrying cross, fam.
It's so jolting.
Fam, before I want to take that back. Messi would have blown in the UK, but it would have taken a bit of a while. But apparently, he was meant to lose to Jeff Hardy again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then this doesn't make sense because I'm hearing that
Jeff Hardy's got COVID.
Vince is very high on Karrion Kross.
Bro.
So I'm very confused
On
as to
high,
why.
on high and seen him lose matches.
There's two carrying crosses. There's the NXT one. There's the Raw one.
He's finished.
Like, it feels like on like main roster he has no confidence.
It's the stripped down. When I saw him, I was like, okay, cool. Stripped down entrance, no Scarlet. It's like he's done.
Yeah,
He's
gone.
finished.
Give me a bit. It's a single.
Like, the only thing you can say is the fact
You got
that
a bar.
it wasn't a clean.
You got a bar.
Single, no, but I know what single
I
was
don't know
like.
what single is in this. Here.
Oh
Take that.
fuck! So
Yeah,
that's
down
too
it,
much,
man.
sorry, bro.
Got this, man.
I just.
Pull me some.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
Like, I'm giving a cup, man.
Who's saying about Karen Cross?
Yeah. I was saying, the minute I saw him,
You didn't like the Karrion Kross.
I've never.
I remember that episode he came out.
I've never.
No. I agree.
Love my
Because I'm sorry, but he just reminds me of Bashing
Nah,
Brothers.
Mango.
Let's be honest. He looks like the Bashing Brothers, fam.
What? No, come
Yes, he
on,
does.
Bashing Bro.
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
come
He looks like the
on.
Bashing Brothers about the child.
No, but wrestling
But
ability
we're
though.
gonna move.
Come
We're
on,
gonna
man.
move. We're gonna move. We're gonna
Oh,
move.
The thing is,
But the thing is-
not to chat shit, but the Bashing Brothers are actually good wrestlers. I think those.
Listen, I'm not saying they're not, but
No, they're
but
ballers, innit? They're
He
ballers.
looks like the third Bashing, bro. I'm just being honest.
You're the
No,
Bashing
do you know who he
Brothers.
reminds me of?
You're the Bashing Brothers.
Do you remember
don't want
Ron and
smart
Don
still.
Mitchell?
Harris, Ron Don Harris.
Yeah.
Yes, the Harris brothers. They used to
Then
be
he
in
needs a third
DOA.
Harris.
The Harris
He's one of the
brothers.
third guys.
He was you don't remember the Harris brothers? Remember in like 96, 97, they had the faction wars.
They were
Two
crushed
by-
by
yeah.
DOA.
Two by
Oh,
DOA.
wait, Undertaker's
Yeah.
both part of them. Yeah.
Regardless, fam,
But the thing is with Karrion Kross here, I never liked him in NXT, but I always saw him as a main roster guy. Like I said, if Karrion Kross,
seen
if Karrion Kross doesn't work in NXT, I think because of his aesthetic, because of his appeal, I feel like that will take him a long way in the main roster. After I saw that nonsense, I said, yeah, I'm alright.
Listen.
Keith Lee.
No
Yeah,
Scarlet.
Keith Lee is
No
like-
Scarlet. Stripped down entrance. Loses in 2 minutes, and he says, "Oh, he made the biggest mistake."
Biggest mistake
And
where?
walked off bare growling. I was like, he's finished.
And him being Keith Lee does nothing.
We might as well start calling him Cross because he's gonna lose his first.
And after, I can't like, see for NXT call up. When was the last like truly proper successful NXT call up?
Kevin Owens, isn't it?
Bianca Belair. And Rhea
Yeah.
In terms of men, I couldn't.
Men,
Matt Riddle.
men.
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle,
Yeah.
money. He's money still.
Okay. Before that, though, so that's one.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin
What,
Owens.
5 years
Sami
ago?
Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
5 years, same time.
Shinsuke.
I can't say
No.
Actually, no, not Shinsuke.
To be fair, he won the Royal Rumble. So
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give
it.
him
No.
that.
Yeah.
Start
Cause that Royal Rumble.
Start
Yeah.
off, yeah.
Cause that Royal Rumble.
feud,
Dead. Finished.
Yeah, that's about it. It's not really that.
Outside of the, because the women have had a better success rate, but the men,
Man, there's not that many.
it's a bit shocking
How
still.
does Triple H feel about that, you think?
He's crying.
He's
every day,
fuming.
fam.
He's put all
crying
that
daily.
time and effort into people, and then
It's not
But
like
then
these
again,
are-
it's
these
smart.
are
They're on
talent.
Dynamite.
Like you can tell that Triple H scours him and William Regal.
Yeah, he
at
does,
the
yeah.
PWG shows.
He's in a picture of William Regal. William Regal's behind the coin like this.
Darth Vader. fam.
Look like this.
Steve Regal, them man are wrestling. Them guys are wrestlers though. They care about wrestling. It's like I can imagine Steve Regal going to a PWG show and be like, "Oh my days!" But it's like, but he can never work with us.
Yeah.
Wait, Bernard's in with NXT, right?
Who? Bernard who?
A-Train.
A-Train.
Yeah.
He's with NXT, yeah. Big Bernard. So
Yeah, the head coach,
yeah. So he's got. So it makes sense to why they can scout all these talent, because a lot of these men have a wrestling eye, but at the end of the day, Vince sees it as entertainment. So yeah, man. Adam Cole, listen. slotting him into the AEW makes sense. His missus is there. You know what I'm saying? He has a relationship with like the.
He's always at their. He's always at their
He's
staff.
always there, bro.
That's staff
So I'm
party.
saying that's their guy.
Is that kid that you don't even go to your school, but he's always there. After school, he's always there. He's always there spraying bars. So has the phone.
He comes to your prom.
So he comes to your prom as well, fam.
He is he's an AEW talent in the making. So
He's an unofficial talent.
he might as well be.
There's no worry there about his size. There's no problems there. He's the same as everyone else. You know, the fans will look at him like he's a star as soon as he walks in.
And he keeps his name.
Yeah. But do you think the roster's bloated?
No.
If they're making Rampage, then
There's not going to be bloated.
But Rampage is an hour though.
Rampage is an hour. You throw Dark, and plus some guys are going to be going in
Who
next
watches
year.
Dark? Really?
No,
Yeah,
like I said, a lot of people are going to be going in the next few months. Remember the conversation we had about the indie talent? I'm so sure these men are going. Thank you, it's been fun, but we need to
Especially now they're on the road.
Now they're on the road, they can't be paying for all these indie talents to be paying for all their hotel. It's not like Daily's place where they can just fly them in all the time.
They got rid of Mel the other day.
Yeah,
I didn't
she hasn't been on TV for like 2 years.
He let the contract run out. They don't fire him. They just let, and it's like I can imagine a lot of people. This contract's coming up. We're not going to know it. Thanks.
And it's not sure.
It's wrestling, man. Look, let me put something out there. Like I said before, listen, AW may seem like his honey's dripping down there from the walls, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but bruv, one day, people are gonna be dropping stories and saying this guy's a villain, fam.
Yeah. Bruv, there's going to be one guy
AW's not, it's
WWE, he's going to show up on Corey Graves' podcast. He's
Yeah.
going to be slating
AW, watch. We're just in early days, innit?
You know what it is. Even if that was to happen, everyone will be thinking, WWE's paid them to do that or something.
Nah, myth. No.
It'll be like a smear campaign against.
Conspiracy, the Domino's conspiracy, fam.
Even a Domino's. Can we talk about that before we go to thing? So apparently,
Pizzagate.
WWE hit up someone that works at Domino's and told them to write an article or something about the Nick Gage thing, because Nick Gage was fighting. Yeah, I saw it.
He's doing the pizza cutter. And then Domino's pizza came
That's
straight
cross
after.
promotion genius, bruv. I can't lie.
Fam, came straight after.
They should use that for a Halloween skit or something, fam. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
but I think they should.
The Domino's should pizza cut a Halloween. Just
They should get Nick Gage in it. Nick Gage needs some coins, man.
MDK all day.
MDK all day. Oh, fuck. Hey, yo.
real motherfucker.
Oh, you said you have some...
Real motherfuckers eat Domino's all
I
day.
just got my certain beds. The nose here. Sorry, bro.
This Gage, get it, bruv. I
can't lie. Nick Gage always does that too. Hey, yo, Earl, you said you had some stories about WWE trying to like stop people in their tracks. So give me some more, man.
So the thing about
knowledge.
The thing about them contacting Domino's, right? You know, I don't think that's a myth. I legit think they did that. But if you go in their past and you look at some of the stuff, do you know that Vince McMahon once put an open letter in the New York Times, written this letter to Ted Turner about the amount of blood that he's got in his show, and they paid for the ad to be in the New York Times, like a full page. Whatever, saying, "Oh, you guys have too much blood in your show. It's a disgrace to the business. It's barbaric." And obviously, a couple of years later, Vince was cutting his head all over the place as well. But it's like that's just what he does or whatever. It's like back in the day, even little things like he'd book arenas the day before WCW would, and he'd have the shows go on super late, so the people in the building would have. They'd be dead the following night for WCW, whatever. He just does these things, and he'd contact TV networks and he'd complain to them about the amount of blood on WCW and Mid-South back in the day as well. He'd call up all the Mid-South affiliates and he'd be like, how can you promote this stuff? It's got blood everywhere. And that's when he was offering money to these TV networks to get his show on the air. Back in the day, let's say Bill Watts, for example, Bill Watts would have his show on whatever channel. It was a co-op. It was like, yeah, I have his show. There's no money exchange. Vince came on and he paid the networks to have his show on. So that's why they got rid of all those wrestling shows back then. That's why they couldn't survive. Vince McMahon has been doing this for a long time or whatever. So when people say it didn't happen, believe me, him saying that AEW isn't competition.
They are competition.
It was time.
They're competition.
Competition.
They're competition. And it's like, I hate we're going online, WWE fans, he's right. You know, they're not competition. Yeah, they're way out here and they've got billion-dollar TV deals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when they go to renegotiate their contracts with Fox and Fox go, these AEW guys, why are they getting 0.5s on Wednesday and you guys are getting 0 5.2s or whatever. What's going on with that? They're going to talk about wrestling shows that are in the market. They're not talking about Game of Thrones, or they're not talking about This Is Us or whatever. Like, and that's all. It's like at the end of the day, it's pro wrestling. Whether or not they want to be pro wrestling or not, they don't, because you hear Nick Khan every month saying, or every quarter saying, "No, we don't even say that word here," and they don't. I believe that they don't say the word wrestling in the office.
What do they do in the ring? They wrestle.
But and the thing is,
it's a show of a wrestling ring.
And the thing is, they can say we're not competing and stuff, but you're competing for the same talent pool. When wrestlers wanna wrestle for a big North American promotion, there is a choice. Mm-hmm. There's a discussion that has to be had.
I've got a question for you, NK. Right. So when these AEW contracts come up, these guys are cutting costs. Do they get into bidding wars with AEW over certain talent like Chris Jericho when he comes up in the next few months?
What do WWE?
Yeah. Do you think they get into a bidding war?
Yeah. I think
so.
Yeah. I think if Chris Jericho's contract was to come up, he's definitely getting a phone call from Vince. I definitely think Vince is calling him and saying, "Yo, do you wanna go out the right way, end your career?"
Yeah, do the voice properly.
You wanna go out? Hey, bud, you wanna go out the right way? You wanna end your career in the WWE? You wanna end your career?
Get away from that. Get away from that blood and gut show in Turner.
Hey, listen, you're
That's
all
good shit.
Make it
good
very
shit.
Headline WrestleMania.
We're not gonna do that blood and guts BS. We're gonna send you out the right way. You know what I'm saying?
We are entering a time now when these contracts come up. It's going to be I don't see guys like Omega and guys like that jump in. I think that would be the worst thing that they could ever do.
Yeah.
But some guys are going to get big offers. And it'd be interesting to know if WWE are going to bid, because they're cutting costs all over the place. Will they even bid for these guys? Will they even get into a bidding war with Tony Khan?
They will to spite these men, because even when AEW was announced, they just gave these men 5-year contracts.
Yeah, I remember.
You go 5 years. I'm saying so.
Bruv, Jinder got 750, bruv. Yeah, Jinder, blood.
I'm saying, shout out Jinder.
Like AEW would have ever got Jinder, they would have wanted him anyway. It's
but it's like it comes to a point where, Vince doesn't mind hoarding talent, because WWE, they want to cut costs, but they're making so much money. They're making so much money where they can afford. You know what? Let me hire this guy for about 3 years, dude. Sit him in catering and just fire him.
Exactly.
They can do that.
It's the taking them off the market.
They can do that, and they will do that. So
they've been doing that.
Yeah.
Ask WrestLings.
This is Ask WrestLings, where we get you, the people, to ask us WrestLings some questions. We're going to start off with our guy, Manny DPTG. Big you up, bro. He asks, how would you personally want Punk to debut in AEW?
Stand in the ring, let the crowd get gassed, call out Darby Allin.
He ain't going to say anything that first episode.
I don't even think the crowd will let him.
It's a ring entrance. He's just going to stand there and the show's going to go.
I'm gonna need a Sandman entrance. I'm sorry, man. He's gonna need to come at the audience, the crowd. Enough. He's gonna stand in the middle of the crowd, and they're gonna put a spotlight on him. And after, how Sandman just stands in the thing like that? Yeah. Give me that.
I'm not gonna lie, he has to go to the barrier and blow a kiss.
Yeah.
He has to blow a kiss at the barrier.
You lock off the lights, and you just do that. You let the you see with the Cole Penn entrance. Don't play the whole thing. Just let
someone play guitar.
Hey,
yo,
it'll go mad.
That one there, you be jumping in your sitting room, you be jumping in your sitting room.
Let it ride it for a couple seconds.
You be jumping in your sitting room.
Next chord, then.
That's why, Mandem, I have to watch this with you. We have to link up and watch this together.
When.
Imagine we just see a spotlight. We see someone in the middle of the ring. He stops. Man standing there like Michael Jackson. It's not even CM Punk. It's not even CM Punk. It's just a guitarist. He plays the rest of the song and CM Punk comes out. That would be mad.
People will go in Chicago. What? But I feel like it'll either be United Center or All Out.
No, it's United Center. They sold 14,000 seats. They told us on that show last week that Punk is going to be here. They didn't say it, but they told us
through Darby Allin.
Even if you are the best in the world,
14,000 seats, bruv. They sold already.
And is that one based in Chicago?
Yeah, United Center.
United Center is that New York?
No,
Chicago.
Arthur Ashe is in New York.
Okay, sorry. Sorry.
So definitely he's gonna be in Chicago then. The crowd. Listen, remember.
Throwing things in the ring, and I'm gonna love.
Remember the last time CM Punk was in Chicago. Remember how mad the crowd went.
Even Jamie said it perfectly. I missed the summer of Punk, so this is my proper introduction of me liking Punk.
Summer of Punk too.
This is perfect. He fits so well there as well. It's like he is an AEW guy and he's never even been there. This is no attitude. The reason why that company exists is because of guys like him.
Say again, what? Say again?
The reason why AEW exists in the current marketplace
Because
is
of
guys
CM
like,
Punk and Bryan.
yeah, because of guys like
Both
that.
of them. Yeah.
Punk left. You know, if CM Punk
started
left,
it.
he started that whole revolution. He really did. I'm not even getting on. You know, yeah. And guys
Even
Bryan
actually,
continued
there's
it.
a WWE 2K16 press conference. I think Daniel Bryan kind of predicted that AEW was going to cut. You've seen it?
I remember. I don't
Talking
remember
about it, but I forgot what he said. But it's basically him predicting that there's going to be another company that's going to rival WWE.
Man moving like a prophet out here.
Trust me, fam. Prophet
But
Bryan.
The thing is about AEW, like everything that CM Punk said, what he wanted wrestling to be,
Yeah.
is AEW.
It's on Wednesdays.
Because even if you look at his Powerball program, he's like, I want to take my title here. I want to take my title to New Japan, ROH. What company's doing that right now?
Can AEW replay that? When he's like,
No,
That's copyright.
fam, do you know how mad that'll be, fam? If you just hear that, you heard the pipe bomb program being played through the speakers.
see those.
I want to take my belt here.
That'll be it.
They will cease and desist and sue them.
Take the
to
risk.
We just have to re-record it.
Tony Khan, take the risk.
You can. Those guys, Bucks, Kenny, they're all the same. They're all in the same vein with CM Punk and Danielson. It's a perfect fit. It really is. Like
That's why I want to see Punk versus that. I think the Punk versus Cody. I think we'll just.
that's gonna
Yes.
be. Yo,
I want that, you know.
Danielson and
I want
Punk
that.
against the Bucks, bruv, for the titles. Oh my days, bruv.
What? All right. So now, if these lot were to contend for a title, it has to be the tag team title.
I don't think they should both.
Not the world title.
I don't think they should.
tag team.
I think as a starter,
Yeah.
I don't think they should.
as a starter, yeah.
I think they should be. I don't think they should like be a tag team. I think they should just go out and do.
Somebody pitched this idea on Twitter. Obviously,
NWO, Scott Hall, and
no,
Kevin Nash.
no. Somebody pitched this idea on Twitter. Obviously, with the rumors of Cole, what if you put Bryan, Punk, and Cole as a freak?
That's some more joy to that.
I'm good.
You could
Man,
throw
someone just to the
Cole
left,
into
man.
the elite storyline.
So left, no, he's just-
Yeah,
That leads on to my next question. Good segue. Should Adam Cole replace Omega as the leader of the Elite with the Bucks when Kenny loses the title to Hangman?
not replace.
Omega kicked out Cole. Omega kicked Cole out the Bullet Club.
They can feud, but I want to say
it's a
replace.
receipt. It will be a receipt.
Are you comfortable with
I mean, it'll be a good way to turn Omega face again, but I'm not.
Nah, because the problem is is that even when Cole kicked out Omega kicked out Cole, the Bucks were the ones who super kicked him. So it wouldn't make sense for Cole to turn on Omega, but then not turn on the people that super kicked you, fam.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like Page versus Omega Cole versus Omega is a feud you could do because there's history there.
I see Cole hooking up with the Bucks. I see Hangman Page hooking up with the Bucks though, because I watch BTE and they seem to be teasing that every few weeks.
Do you know what? That's a reunion I want to see because
against Kenny though, because Kenny's not. When you see them all together, Kenny's not there. It's the Bucks and Hangman Page. They look at each other and they turn away from each other. So it's like BTE forecasts his stuff. So it's like I can. And then you throw Cole in there, Cole and Kenny against that lot, and I don't know, throw someone else in there as well. But it's like I can see that.
That's crazy. Cause it's all, and you know what? You see with this Adam Page storyline, Elite storyline, it's always been like if you look at the two people who have the most animosity with each other, it's not Page and Omega, it's Page and Matt Jackson. It's Page and Matt Jackson. Those are the two that really hate each other. Like so, that'd be sick. Yeah, man.
Next, we've got a hot take this time. Our guy Smalls L, he says,
Mad hot takes though.
Bray Wyatt is the only person who should have ever beaten the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Hondo.
Wouldn't have mattered now because he's gone, so it would have been a bad move.
When it mattered,
100%.
I say when it mattered.
Sorry, bro.
I could have saw that.
Yeah, when When the
But I still sit with Brock being the one person.
Yeah,
I'm
happy
happy
with
him.
Yeah, but if it was anyone, Bray. You wanted Edge to be.
There's an argument. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, there's an argument. Yeah.
Our guy Jamie Rakes, aka Scotty 2 Dotty, aka Horny 2 Dotty.
AKA whose song is it flop?
He asked, "Can you WrestHINGS guys fantasy book this Dark versus Light Black v Rhodes storyline?" I couldn't.
Spare George, man.
Cody's gonna.
Cody
take
could
that.
have
We're not
win.
feeling the judge.
No, my question, boy. Come on.
Don't like the mystique.
Cody's taking that show, so I
Cody's
guess
gonna win.
He's gonna lose tonight, and he'll go.
No, yeah, he's got.
Now, Cody has to lose, bro. Cody can't be black.
He'll get squashed. Cody always loses matches. I hate this whole thing of him being selfish. Like it's like this guy loses matches way more than he should anyway. I think so. It's like
You think he loses more than he should?
I think Cody has done way too many jobs. I think Cody,
When?
I don't think he has.
He should have lost to a go-go, fam.
He should have lost the Penta.
Go-Go wouldn't.
He should have lost the
Go-Go's
Penta.
not that good, though.
He sounded promise. think
not
he
that
was
good. We watch these matches. It's like he's selling for Peter Avalon and all these guys. It's like, what are you doing? I think Cody needs to be in top matches. I really do. I don't see him in those too often.
I can't do it no more.
I mean, to be fair, he really can't. But I mean, I think Cody is a good entry level for any of the top people coming into the company. Like, if you are coming into the company, Cody is someone you should be focused on wanting to have a feud with. I don't see. There's not really. Well, I mean, there's other wrestlers like that, the Kennys and all of that. But in terms of like premier feud, like if you sign with the company, if there's anybody you want to have a good feud with, it's 100% Cody. I think Cody can take anyone to any level.
That kind of reminds me.
Yeah, I saw that.
That kind of reminds me like Dolph Ziggler. Whenever someone major debuts, they always have to feud with Dolph Ziggler first.
You get a good match with Dolph.
Yeah, you get a good match with Dolph, but I don't look at Dolph the same way I look at Cody.
No,
Cody's a star. Dolph is just an amazing wrestler who just coasts in the company.
I get what you're saying, but it's, as you said, it's like entry level. You got to face Cody first, innit?
Cody's going to get squashed tonight. Honestly, I think he's going to lose quick.
I'm not mad at it. What do you think?
I don't think that, because as much as Malachi Black's coming in and you want to make him as a beast, even though Cody did that with Brody Lee, I don't think he'll do that again, so it doesn't become competitive. I mean, over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
Repetitive.
But what if I told you that Cody was going to disappear for a few weeks?
Oh yeah, he has a child coming.
He's got the TV show. He's got the Go Big show he needs to tape. So he's going to be gone for a while. So does your opinion change?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
What does it change to then? What do you think will happen?
It changed to Malachi. You're going to destroy Cody, and you go take some time off.
He's going to hurt him. He's going to injure him.
Yeah, then it go be long-term storytelling. So after that, Cody go come back.
Come back with black hair again.
Yeah.
Go beast mode and have a good match with Malachi Black. Then I want Malachi to transfer into something I've heard with Miro.
Okay.
I've heard of this. It was God's favourite champion against.
Someone said it. Who
So I'm
said
saying
that?
it's the Juju
Also,
thing,
yeah.
man.
John Cena versus
The Juju man.
it's not the spawn of Satan, literally.
Yeah, Spawn saying, yeah.
Spawn of Satan.
You not see his promo? That promo thing was mad. So.
Yeah, let's quickly run through these. There's quite a lot of questions. Our guy Bill Ritter, he asks, who do you guys feel are some of the most overrated wrestlers of the last 10 years? Ones that just keep getting chances after chances.
Goldberg.
Yeah.
Goldberg's not overrated. Come on, no.
He's
Can't
overrated.
do that.
He's overrated.
Goldberg's
He's
not
overrated.
overrated.
He's
Goldberg's
overrated.
overrated.
He's overrated.
Mandem,
He's overrated.
let's not forget what Mandem. Let's not forget what he's done prior to what he's doing.
Goldberg's
now.
got a track
overrated.
record.
Yes, but he's overrated.
Goldberg's sick.
They use him wrong. He shouldn't be in top matches.
yeah.
He should be just squashing guys on the undercard.
I understand why
That's
he's.
what
Did you not see Goldberg's run when he first came up?
But let's talk about the last 10 years. I wouldn't really classify Goldberg as anything in the last 10 years. He's way past his prime.
That feud with Lesnar, the first one, done
That was
really well. They
what,
did really
which
well
one?
with that one.
What, 2003?
The first one they
No,
did.
the first
No, sorry, the second one.
The second one when he came out with his son, he said, I have to do it for my son.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't bad.
That one.
Overrated in the last 10 years. Jesus.
Del Rio, bruv. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's one I don't.
Why is he still getting booked? I don't
Mandem,
understand.
make me
why is he still
understand
getting
Del
booked?
Rio.
I think Del Rio is so good.
Make
man.
me
I can't
understand
even
Del
lie.
Rio, please. Hey, you.
I think Del Rio
Yeah,
is
I'm
good.
talking about you. Hey, you.
I think Del Rio is good. I think
How?
Del
Talk
Rio.
to me.
I don't know. I feel like he's very charismatic. He can speak. And I personally can't remember if he's had a bad match.
Maybe he's doing his job because I hate him, you know.
And-
I never said like
yeah.
him to the ring.
Mate, I don't know. Versus you watched the same time I did. I don't know. How do you feel about
I know
it?
you're the real guy.
I think
Oh,
Del Rio.
I don't know. No, I want to say.
No guy, but you were there. You were there.
Yeah, I was
you-
there during the
in
time.
trenches.
Yeah.
He had sick feud with John Cena, Rey
Dolph Ziggler
Mysterio,
one, the
Dolph
Dolph Ziggler
Ziggler.
one. Yeah,
When he
that's one of my
concussed Dolph Ziggler, like I think he's good.
I remember that.
Obviously
Was he-
now I don't. I'm really.
Was he the one that had a fight in the ring when after the ring was broken with John Cena?
Yes. Vengeance.
Yeah.
Vengeance 2011.
I remember that's one thing I remember from him.
he's
But
good.
I never said
He's good.
I think he's good. But I mean, have there been better Mexican wrestlers that have come after him? Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's overrated.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so.
He
I would say
did
he's
deliver.
overrated, but he's one guy.
Yeah,
He's one guy that does his job properly. That's the thing I don't like.
The thing is, if you think about that this year, Del Rio's not someone that's brought up in conversations often anyway.
He's not.
Yeah, so overrated somebody that's like
Okay.
on the
Yeah, like for me, Del Rio is good. He's not Andrade.
Oh, I don't think he's a bad wrestler, by the way. I think he's fine.
Yeah,
He's
fine.
fine.
He's fine.
He's good.
He's not Andrade. He's not flipping none of these men in Lucha Underground. But like he's alright.
Who's up there? That's that you think shouldn't be up there.
I think of the last 10 years, I can think of 50 guys some years ago, but like
Last 10 years.
It's hard.
Let me move up.
I mean, if we're talking purely in ring,
Corbin. I don't.
Oh, you think
Corbin is dusty, fam? I just never like Corbin.
This is a load of shit.
I like Corbin.
I've only liked Corbin.
What good match is he?
I only like this Corbin because of his git though. I liked Corbin in NXT because he was hating on indies and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was hating on the indies when who did he tell? I think he told Apollo Crews go back to Ring of Honor, fam. He never wrestled in the Ring of Honor. That was hilarious.
I mean, if we're talking purely in ring, I don't know, people might shoot me, but I think CM Punk is very overrated in the ring. I don't think.
Can you hear that? It's the sound of Bear Man getting straps.
No.
I think he's overrated.
I'm here with you.
No, don't get me wrong.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is
No. I'm here with you. I'm with the
you.
smoke because most of these men are virgins, anyways. But in ring, I can name at least 20 wrestlers from his generation that are much better in ring. But what I'll give with CM Punk reminds me of someone like The Rock. They might not be considered one of the greatest, but in terms of work rate in match, I can't deny it. He has good matches.
Yeah,
I cannot deny that.
Punk with some
Actually,
I'm saying.
CM
Punk and Austin Aries, CM Punk and flipping Roderick Strong. Like he's got matches for days. His TNA run was shit, but CM Punk can go.
Because the thing about I agree with you. Like in terms of as an individual wrestler, when you look at somebody's moveset and stuff, like it's not nothing inspiring. But the thing is, but when you look at his body of work in terms of matches,
his body of work.
So that's why I'm just like, he must be doing something because it's not everyone. Of course, he's working with a lot of the guys that he's wrestled with, that have great matches with. They're better than him in the ring, but for him to be with them and put on classics, because his feud with Samoa Joe, classics.
Yeah.
Cena, Money in the Bank 2011, classics.
Great
so
match.
it's like, don't know. But individual moveset, I agree.
Yeah, in ring, I think he's overrated. But in terms of like as a whole package, CM Punk is a go. I can't. I can never deny that.
If someone said,
I'm just saying purely in ring.
Fair enough, I agree.
There's man like Alex Shelley, Christopher Daniels, Austin Aries, Roderick Strong,
Styles.
Davey Richards. There's so many man, AJ Styles. There's so many man I can mention who are better wrestlers than him. But
if someone said the name John Cena, what would you guys say?
John Cena is overrated.
I don't think John Cena's overrated.
He's not overrated.
If you asked me 6 years ago, I'll say yeah, he's overrated.
John Cena's amazing in the ring, bro.
Amazing.
We got them voices.
Dean Malenko's amazing in the ring. Don't put John Cena as an amazing.
We got to use his words sparingly, man.
Okay, he's sick in the ring. Let's say that.
No, he's good at
He's good in the ring.
He's sick in the ring. No, I'm saying it. It's not your thing. I'm saying it. John Cena is sick in the ring. I'm saying it.
The thing is, opinions can be wrong. He's good in the ring.
John Cena, is the same thing we've said about CM Punk.
Yeah,
It's
he's
applicable to John Cena.
Yeah.
Exact same thing.
No, I respect it.
Because Cena has had the privilege of working with some
big stars,
phenomenal workers. So and he's been able to hang with them. So it creates because Cena's had great matches, but him as an individual worker, strip him down to his moveset. No, bro.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah. No. I'll be on my own on this one, yeah. But what you guys are saying last week about The Rock, I will say, it applies to Cena.
What?
Because he's entertaining, he's good. Yeah. He may not be in many people's top fives, but there's an argument for him to.
Yeah, no. If someone puts him in the top 5, I'll never argue.
No, never argue.
I'll never argue.
Those two in
I was
particular.
gonna say something.
Rock and Cena in particular.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. Say it. I said it.
Actually, that's gonna kill me, fam.
Well, no, say it.
This is my top 5.
No.
Wait. We're gonna say it.
In terms of
speaking of matches,
in terms of catalogue of like matches,
Yeah.
who would you say has had better matches, Cena or The Rock?
Cena. Because he had a longer run. Rock only full-time for 4 years. So
I was gonna say,
The Rock's run, I'm not gonna lie, The Rock has
some bangers,
Rock has some bangers. Rock Triple H, Rock Steve Austin. The Rock has bangers. The Rock has bangers. But you're right, with Cena, he's got, it's like, how do I compare it? It's like, who's a sick rapper now? It's like Kano and Stormzy. Like Stormzy's had a good run so far, but Kano's longevity, his discography is mental.
I mean, what The Rock was able to do in the short time is quite a lot.
It's hard to replicate. It's hard to replicate.
John Cena needed that time for him to really get to where he is. Whereas The Rock, just 6 years, boom, that's it, 6, 7.
Fair enough. But I'm just
it is Cena.
Cena's had
he's had way more matches.
But like classics, like.
I just want to put out there as well, both of these two guys worked their asses off, and they were always there as well. It didn't matter who you put in there with them; those guys were always in the right place. Like you can say what you want about Rock and Cena as wrestlers, but especially Rock, you put him in there with Benoit, Kurt Angle. He was always.
He never had a bad match.
Never had a bad match.
That's the thing.
Never.
That's why there's an argument. I don't think
Always in the
there's
right
not
place.
many bad, if any, bad matches from The Rock. I don't.
Yeah, we said it last week. The thing is, like I said, The Rock for me, he's a GOAT. Would I put him in my top 5? Probably not.
Yeah,
because
maybe-
of the wrestlers I prefer to watch.
Yes. And I think it's just a
but,
stylistic thing.
but I will never ever. If someone says to me The Rock's in their top 5, I will never
don't go
argue
for
with
that.
them.
Okay,
at
who would you
all.
love? If I say, okay, tell me.
No, it is. Thinking about it now.
Put
Because
Virgil in the top 5.
Virgil.
Pardon? If you put Virgil in the top 5. No, but the thing is, that's personal to you, and you've explained the reason why you put him in
you
the
started
top 5.
Be harsh.
I'm not gonna lie. Putting Virgil in your top 5 is a madness. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Putting Virgil in your top 5 is a madness. I'm so sorry.
You don't understand what's going on here.
There's like 50 others, fam. There's like 50 black men you can put before Virgil. I'm so sorry.
Who's in your top
Put
5?
me in your top 5 before you put Virgil. Fam. What the fuck? Quickly say your top 5 before we wrap up in it.
My top 5 is AJ.
Last question.
Fam, there's better questions, but we haven't got
I'll
time.
run it
innit?
real quick. My
We'll have to do IG Live or something.
AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan,
Yep.
Brock Lesnar,
Yep.
Kurt Angle, and 5th, like everyone else is kind of techie, but either it would be Okada, maybe Cena, or Jericho.
I respect that. I respect that.
Put Jericho.
That's a solid top 5 still.
What about you?
Best wrestler I've ever seen is Kenny Omega. So you put him on top, and then underneath that you got Okada, Terry Funk. Flair. And if I had to throw one more in there, I would probably
Bob McGee.
say
Bob McGee.
Bob McGee.
Barry Windham.
Bob McGee. One more I will probably throw in.
Bret Hart. Are you gonna say Bret Hart?
I don't know. Brett Ishii. I don't know. But those are the top 4.
Tano?
Yeah. Tanahashi. Go on then. That's top 5.
But this is
No,
why.
Nagata. Sorry, take him out. Nagata.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But this is why when I was watching last week's episode, that's why what you were saying in K about like it's about the taste. I see it as like it's like music.
Yes,
It's
that's
like
like
music. Whatever you prefer, or even the era you grew up in, will dictate your taste and what you look for. Some people may find that when you see, I remember there was like an old tweet, like Cardi B was just like, oh, she liked Triple H and Edge and Leo because what she was watching at the time is what they were exposed to. You know what I'm saying, and that's why when you say it as well about like. A top 5 we all agree on.
That's
We all got
how
different
I'm saying.
tastes.
We would never come to
Some people will settle on.
I did after we started doing it, and I was like,
Like, if
will settle
we're
on.
talking about even like when it comes to like technical wrestlers, like I don't think there's ever a category that we'd all maybe like the top 5 big men.
No, top 5 promos. If you can
Nah, not
agree
big
on.
man because
I don't think
blacks will say viscera, and no one.
Even top 5 promos, I don't think we'll be able to agree on.
Not really.
I don't think so.
Maybe promos.
because
I think promos is a bit easier to
I
categorize.
think it's easier to categorize, but
promos.
like wrestlers, there's promos that will probably hit you more than.
Fair enough.
Like for me,
No, I heard that.
one of my favorite promos was Paul Heyman's pipe bomb in 2001. Not a lot of people.
Remember that?
The week before Survivor Series.
Yeah, when he was chatting to Vince McMahon,
that was a good
not a lot
Some-
of people even consider that.
Yeah.
Even his pipe bomb at ECW, not pipe bomb, but his
the thing at ECW,
One
that
Night
was
Stand.
amazing, yeah,
For me,
yeah.
that's one of my favorite promos ever. So
Some people
it's
will say the
hard,
Joey
you know what I'm
Styles
saying?
one.
If we're to talk high flyers, maybe even then.
Now, high fly's too many, bro.
Because I watch too much Mexican wrestling. There's no way someone can tell me this person is better than El Hijo del Vikingo. Like, fam, there's better man. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
I've watched a lot of wrestling. I've seen a lot of great promos. Guys, like that's
Yeah.
complicated one.
We wouldn't be able to come to an agreement.
no way.
But yeah, what a good episode. We had a return.
It's the longest episode. It's the longest podcast in a while, you know.
I was longest possible.
Yeah, it was always been an hour.
Hour and a bit.
Hour and a bit, yeah. But it's not an hour 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Good to be back, man.
Good.
Must be here to stay, yeah.
I'm here to
You
stay.
signed the contracts here for a new extension.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
Come
I
on,
appreciate
come on,
every
come
single
on,
time,
man.
man.
Anytime,
Every single
bro.
time.
Anytime. Give us
We
the
had
bird.
Mini Guap coming in as well.
Trust me.
Jeez.
How you
It's
find
always
it?
good to see,
I
man.
liked it.
Good.
Really enjoyable. Much laughs.
Short and sweet, Ruben.
Boy, this is Del Boy.
NK.
Enough. Oh, shizzle.
Mini Guap.
Anafi.
Laps.
Lucha v VRSY.
And Earl.
It's WRESTHINGS, by the man them, for the man them. Bow!
See you guys next week. Wait. I'm telling your mumsy. I'm telling your mumsy. I'm telling your mumsy.
Apostle
4K. You can call 4K.
Jade Cargill, you already know the vibes.
Well, I love you. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.